feel pity, or remorse, or fear, and it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead. Jason. Ellis.
Moose Knuckle. Red the Dragon. Night. Danger. Canada. Uncircumcised. Philanthropy. Stupid stuff. Supercross. Hey. Little machete. Fashion. A scintillating bloodbath. A hellacious fury. Evil. Cannabis. Interesting thing. Awesome. Radio.
Take your skirt off, let me see your tits. Take your panties down, let's see what you got. I'll part your butt cheeks, take a look. I wanna see inside your beaver. What's that?
It's the Jason Ellis Show. Jason Ellis! With Jason Ellis.
Bend over, let me see your ass.
Michael Tully.
I fucked everybody that ever asked me.
Andrew Bruce.
I'll have one joint, please.
Kevin Kraft.
Yeah, I sucked that dick off too.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. Awesome, pull it out.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Shout out to everybody in Canada in the oil and the shit in the cold. Tabor, Joel Mills and shit, the Burts. Shout out to the big chunky ladies that are sending me nudes on Instagram. That's cool. I mean, I don't know why people don't like seeing other people naked. I feel like it's group mentality where you see somebody that doesn't look like that thing in the magazine, then all of a sudden it's cool to make fun of it. But to me, that's cool too. But just know, ladies, if you're a little bit big or wrinkly, I'm into it. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm in. I want to see, you know what I mean? The thing. I feel like some people right now going, ew, Ellis, why are you talking about? I'm like, because I really do like it. Why? And don't be. I know. What about I'm fat right now? I got wrinkles in my stomach. Was everyone just like, ew, they're not going to do me, and now I'm just lonely by myself and fat and hideous? That's not right. Don't deny it. You know you want it. You would. You have. You've done it. So don't act like it's bad. So what's up, ladies? Michael, you don't do
bad chicks?
Yeah.
Never.
Right.
Yeah, sure I have.
Oh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I see every now and then someone sent me a photo and I was like, that's a big lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa. And then I thought if it was like 20-year-olds and I was like, whoa, look at this lady sent me. And you'd be like, bleh. And we'd both go, oh yeah, right, so gross.
Right.
Most people, maybe they do believe when they're saying that, but I'm like, if it's safe and she's into it, maybe it's really cool. Like, I don't, maybe you ever had sex with a really little person or a really tall person. It's different. Black ladies and Mexican ladies, they're all different and fun.
I've had sex with some of the things you just mentioned.
Right. Well, why can't... I just feel like...
Yeah.
I thought when I saw the photo... Because she said she listens to the show, and she was like, that's why I'm not afraid to show you. Because you said you're into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, show me way more. Like, I'll look at this all day. And I'm not going to be going, hey, I'm not sending it to Andrew to make him sick. Like, these are cool. I like it. I want to say, if anybody's listening, send me more. I'm into it. If my wife's listening and she's like, ew, I don't think she is, but I'm into it. Sorry. Not sorry, Canada.
Well, right. Young guys, I think, feel the need to, like, shit on stuff that they feel like they're supposed to shit on. I will gladly look at nude photos of... I'm on the record as saying that I am very interested in seeing every woman on the planet naked.
Yeah. Me too.
Some more than others, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody thinks that that abs are better than my fat stomach, yeah. But you can't just say that I'm completely hideous and out of the game.
No, I mean, I've definitely reached the point where, assuming this lady loves the way that she looks, I find confidence well, I don't know. I'm gonna off the top of my head, I'm gonna say adds about 3 points to your out of 10 ranking.
Yep.
So you got to be pretty fucking disgusting for me to not think you're hot if you're confident.
Right, which means show me everything.
Yeah.
We're into it.
Yeah.
We want to learn, and don't be so mean. And congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did you watch the game?
I did.
It was terrific.
Yeah.
It's the only game I watched this year, and I think I picked the right one.
Hey, me too.
Right.
Yeah, I kept watching at the end because I kept thinking that you were going to... Because I remember you saying something about a good-looking guy always does this miracle shit at the end. And I was like, well, come on, good-looking guy. And I was like, good-looking guy is not going to do it today.
No, I thought he was until he didn't. Until, even with the Hail Mary, I was afraid that...
That big giant dude was going to catch it?
Somebody was going to pull it down.
That guy did not look that cool when he missed that.
I feel like Tom Brady and Tom Cruise have the same barber and that they should consider seeing someone else.
Yeah. But, I mean, I can't knock hair. I don't have any. Andrew, why are you showing me a photo? Is that a man skewered on the fence?
Philadelphia went crazy last night.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they beat these. I don't care. And as far as I can tell, you know, if Ed Hake's going to tell me how great Tom Brady and fucking Coach Belichick is, then they're pretty unstoppable. Well, guess what? They fucking lost. Philadelphia beat them. Suck a butt. And if I'm from Philly, I'm an idiot too. Fuck them.
Yeah, Philadelphia went nuts.
Good for them. Wait, is that a naked lady?
This is great.
That's awesome.
But wait, what did they? Was it people raging, or was there like a lot of arson and?
No, people got on the roof of a hotel thing and it caved in. I saw that on Instagram. That
okay,
was
because
cool.
the one that I never got is when people would actually really like hurt each other and really seriously trash expensive shit when they won.
Car tipping is the thing you do when you win the Super Bowl.
That's okay by me.
Okay, because I was going to say that one.
Short of actually really destroying your city, I think is awesome.
Right. Okay. And hanging off the post on the corner and falling into the crowd, that's also acceptable, I believe.
They got a guy to eat police horse shit on the street.
Yeah. I mean, Cool Beans, you would have done that if you were there, right? You're a wacky guy. Hey, we're eating horse shit here. Hey, you come to the right place. Here comes Wacky Cool Beans.
Well, now, my only problem with that is, isn't this a copycat celebration? Didn't somebody else do this recently when their team won?
Wait.
I swear, didn't we already talk about this?
Oh, man, everyone's gathering around.
In the not-too-distant past? I'm not just imagining that, am I?
You're so happy your team won, you ate horse shit. That makes sense. Wait. Oh, God.
And he's hammered. I love, like, the shushing people thing. That's, like, old school hammered. He's got the Randall Cunningham jersey on.
Okay. All right, he's eating the shit. That's good.
That's great.
It is. Hey, rejoice. That's cool, man.
Yep, Kevin Hart was drunk on TV.
Oh, yeah, I missed that.
He's just drunk.
Cool.
You know, he
cool.
was...
Is he from Philly?
I guess so, yeah.
Tried to get onto the stage where the trophy presentation is, and they just wouldn't let him. Security was like, nope, can't let you up there.
Good.
So then he hopped onto the NFL Network broadcast and dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah, and he said fuck, and then he posted an Instagram video later on that started with him apologizing to the kids for cursing, and ended with him being like, fuck it, who cares? Which is all about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
really wanted them to win, and everyone thought they weren't going to win, and then your team won. Fuck it.
I haven't really followed the news stories on the Super Bowl or the commercials or what have you.
I was not impressed by any of that.
No, this morning, because I was curious to know, I figured Andrew is the kind of basic bitch who would join in the outrage or celebration of a wacky commercial that basic bitches love.
Wait, there was outrage?
No, usually I feel like there's something like that every single time. Like, here's my honest to goodness take on everything, not knowing what the water cooler buzz is. Justin Timberlake, effective, but not really all that remarkable. The Prince thing, not a hologram, therefore kept the promise. I actually thought it was the best part of the whole thing. Not offended, made sense to me. Pink, unfortunate she had the flu. You notice that she missed a couple of notes, but it makes perfect sense. Cool that she was out there giving it the old American go.
I missed that.
I thought that she had the flu and she sang the national anthem, and at the end one of the notes went really squirrely.
Oh, that's even better though, really.
It is. I I thought it was a little odd that Jack in the Box had a bleeped fuck during an ad, since that is children's food. That to me was the most mildly controversial thing. I thought Eli Manning dancing was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I missed all that.
Is there... Wow. Did I miss the water cooler buzz in any significant way? Because this just seems like a sort of solid, unremarkable Super Bowl.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I think there was some controversy with the Prince Timberlake.
Yeah, right.
Performance, 'cause apparently Justin Timberlake dissed Prince like 10 years ago in a song.
That's crazy because he said on Jimmy Fallon that that he was his favorite artist of all time, which I wasn't sure. I would have thought that he looked like he was more of a Michael Jackson guy.
Little bit, huh?
But I had no idea that this whole time that he sounded like Michael Jackson, but his actual heavy is the most influential artist to him was Prince, and I was a little bit in and out of that one because I was trying it's very difficult for me to pay attention to football, but I thought that when Prince came up, I was like, oh man, really? But whatever. I also thought that it was like just really a really plain blasé thing. Like I was like, man, I wonder how much he got paid for that, because it's sort of like he got a couple of songs from 10 years ago that were hot, and then not sure what he was singing, because I don't think anything he does now is, I don't know. Then the dance thing and the I'm in this room, out of that room, dan 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 dan. I'm like, okay, you got the part, that weird stage thing that everyone does with the pipe musical guys in the background. I'm like, fuck, you guys are mundane. But I don't know, I feel like fuck the halftime show, man. Like, aren't you guys there to watch a game? Like, get him in and out, and that's what I thought they did. I thought he was fast.
Yeah, I think that they all try to cram way too much shit into... It's almost like what's happened with, like, spinning in action sports and stuff. Or, it's like the slam dunk contest. Pretty much every dunk that a human being can possibly do has been done.
Yeah.
So then it just becomes, well, can I jump over a car? Can I jump over two cars? Like, you need to add gimmickry to it to make it original.
Yeah.
And
they didn't do that.
I understand everybody wants to make it special, so they just...
They did synchronized dancing with the crowd. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, so they crammed as much shit as they possibly can into 15 minutes, but I liked it better when they just brought out a classic rock guy and the guy just played 4 songs and went home. I thought that was... I was more impressed by Tom Petty, frankly.
It makes more sense for a halftime show because it's, like you just said, the only thing you can do now is sort of drop, like, people out of blimps into the grounds.
Yeah.
But if it's just actual music, then... You going from one room into another room doesn't... And you got neon lights for this part? Like, I don't fucking care, dude.
No.
But it doesn't have to be... Like you said, it seems like it's a little bit more of a rock and roll stage. It's football. It would be cool if you had, like, a giant rock and roll band there.
The problem is they kind of ran out of them. I don't know if the Foo Fighters have done it, but otherwise...
Metallica won't do it, right?
Everybody, right, because of the lip-syncing thing. Like, everybody...
Wait. Oh, it's not... You can't...
Wasn't that... I don't know if
that's
that's
still... How can you say it's lip-syncing when... You said you sang it live.
Well, the national anthem is totally different. Well, even that is controversial because... Okay,
wait, JT wasn't singing that? Oh.
The mix was really terrible, yeah. But like when
really
the Chili Peppers did it and people criticized them for being part of it because they did agree to lip-sync and their... defense was
I think he should lip sync every time he plays.
Yeah, they said that the Chili Peppers said there's literally no time. It's not logistically possible to, in the middle of a humongous football game, actually get mics up and working for international broadcast. So there's just no. That's the way it's.
What about if they do it live from a boat on the side of New York City's?
Yeah, you could do it right.
You know what I mean, like U2.
I don't know all the answers because then again, like I feel like Tom Petty and shit were live, and even when these guys are live, like they're singing to a track. Like I think when JT's live at your local arena, he's singing to a track. He comes in and out whenever the fuck he feels like it. He's just kind of an entertainer. He does have more recent songs that the troll song, whatever the hell it's actually called, was the last song that he did. That's like legitimately a humongous hit from the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the shitty parts.
Yes, no, I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. And then I watched Jimmy Fallon for a second. And I was like, man. I mean, I know everyone's. You're very dark, Jason. So sure, you're gonna hate everything. But I mean, it's very. It's sort of like he's the new Adam Sandler. It's sort of like I wonder if Adam Sandler watches him and goes, "Really? because the Bob Dylan thing was weird for me. I mean, you changed the words and you talked about Twitter and how we. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute. Are you being Bob Dylan right now? Are you giving us a story to live by? Like, are these words to live by from Jimmy Fallon, who's dressed as Bob Dylan and the camera's in black and white to make it look like it's really Bob Dylan? I'm confused as fuck. And those lyrics, they were kind of cool, but they weren't fucking. I don't know.
That was like
It was cheesy shit.
Bob Dylan's theater, and so like he performed there countless times. And so he did that whole let me dress up as him.
Yeah.
Change it to like Twitter, Trump, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This was the show after the Super Bowl. I skipped that.
They did the This Is Us TV show.
And then they did this really bad sing along. Him and Justin did this weird sing along fucking macadamia nut. Like, I'm like, stop doing that to me. Because you're trying to make it get in my head. I know that's what you're doing. Like, that's what you guys do.
Yeah.
So, I ended up getting out of there because I couldn't handle the cheese factor. But, no, I did not.
That was one of the. I mean, there were really
Was
only
it good?
two weird parts of commercials. One was the Martin Luther King Jr. speech in the Dodge truck commercial, which people are like, "That's you're selling trucks."
Wait, Martin Luther King speech and then buy a truck?
Yeah, it was used in the Dodge Ram commercial. Question that. And then.
Yeah, but Dodge is more than a truck. Dodge is America.
Yeah. No,
Ergo.
Dodge is a black man, really.
Ergo, they are Martin Luther King.
And then there were some.
Fuck.
The Rock's new movie,
What's that?
Skyscraper. He's an amputee.
Oh, you know what I saw? I haven't seen that, but I did. That's so funny you said that. I saw because I follow David Spade on Instagram, and I saw him post a video of Skyscraper. He's like, "Whoa, this is cool!" Like the first time I saw it, except when the first time I saw it, it was called Die Hard. Like, so apparently that's all I know, and that's David Spade's Instagram.
There are a lot of people questioning this poster for the movie because The Rock is I think he's like a army vet that lost a leg in an explosion, so he's got a prosthetic, but he's also making a 40-foot leap off a crane into a building.
Yeah, but he's the
other
Rock.
leg.
Yeah, and he's the Rock, and the razor blade guy was fucking fast as shit, and he had no legs.
There are concerns about this movie.
Okay, somebody who has no leg is pissed that he's flying in the air with no leg. He's making no-legged people look good. That's what you need. John Comer, my dear friend, skateboarder, one leg. One of the greatest skateboarders that's ever lived, half a leg. He's done a bigger jump than that. Haters.
Well, is it? I doubt it's actually.
Stumpy can't jump. That's what it's like. I disagree. I think Stubby jumps.
Is it the legless who are outraged, or is it just people with legs saying that that's unrealistic?
There's some concern over an accurate portrayal of a handicapped former soldier.
Okay, so this is the basic bitch manufactured outrage. I knew it had to be around here somewhere. This is the stuff that nobody actually really gives a shit about, that everyone's pretending to give a shit about today.
Yeah, it can't actually be real.
That's the best that they could possibly.
There's nobody out there that is outraged that he did a jump.
No.
We all know that. We love the vets. We love the troops. We love everybody. And when The Rock does a big jump on any movie, here's one for you. Remember when Ice Cube in Triple X, after Vin Diesel wouldn't do Triple X 2, jumped off a fucking building and grabbed onto a helicopter? He's fucking fat, fucking stumpy, no fucking arm motherfucker, jumped like 25 feet and grabbed onto a helicopter and caught it with his fucking fingers and stayed on there. Because Ice Cube is so fucking muscular and just top buffness, you know what I mean? Like gorilla grip. It was the most pathetic piece of shit lie ever. What am I supposed to... Hey, man, you can't say chubby people can jump 25 feet and grab it. I protest. Like, fuck off. Wait, this is really... What is this commercial?
I just...
For the movie. So they put out a teaser during the Super Bowl, then during Fallon, The Rock premiered the entire trailer.
Gotcha.
Wait, is he a building? He builds high buildings?
Like a security force. This was like a Chinese production company movie filmed in China and all that sort of thing. And he's a security expert of the world's tallest building. Something goes wrong.
Oh, like Die Hard.
Yeah.
Well,
And
cool.
yeah.
And he's got one leg.
Right.
Well,
and he needed help getting his jacket on because he only has one leg, I noticed.
And also, what's his name? Die Hard had no shoes. He had a lot of glass in his feet, and he was able to jump.
Good point. There's a lot of people who have been...
Anybody with cut feet out there,
challenged in the leg department who have done great things to save lives in skyscrapers.
That's
And
right.
there was an Anna Nicole Smith movie that was also a Die Hard ripoff, so this is also a ripoff of that.
Well, Anna Nicole Smith can't jump.
I think this
Period.
might not be the first time an action movie's had an unrealistic part in it.
I know, right?
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm sure
What's wrong with you people?
some Fast and Furious that aren't accurate or realistic.
Okay, I'm gonna. No, dude.
Driving from one building into another.
Well, that's totally possible, Will. Especially in that car.
Yeah, The Rock does not get much of a running start. I think probably because I'm sure the real Rock is like a 3.940, but obviously he wanted to accurately portray a man with one prosthetic leg running. But also, it's a really tall building, so he would only need he could jump from 40 feet away at the 300th floor.
Yeah.
He only needs to grab on at the 15th.
Yeah, momentum. It's called momentum. Do the schematics.
You could pretty much jump in endless distance if the building's tall enough.
Right, and the rock is made of rock, so when he landed down there on his fake leg, no, man, he's got like a shitty shoe that's duct taped together on the fake leg. Fuck yeah, Hollywood. Milk that thing.
The trailer for the Han Solo movie played too. It looked pretty good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. Fuck that. Who the fuck would keep going back to Jurassic Parks? It is just
Children?
beyond absurd. No, nobody would ever. Children can't go by themselves, and parents need to bring them there. And this is like the 11th time a Jurassic Park has broken, and all
Wait.
the dinosaurs have killed everyone.
Nobody
nobody on Earth, not the most insane financier in the world, would fund yet another Jurassic Park. It's crazy.
Is this like it didn't happen, or is this like friends of the other Jurassic people?
No,
they're building another one.
The last one.
Wait, they're like, no, this time.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
The last one was not a reboot. The last one was a continuation.
Wait, the guy in the last one that saved everybody from near death is
Still working with dinosaurs.
Well, I thought he fell in love.
I thought this
Oh, she's with him.
When I saw this playing on the TV, I thought, why are they showing us footage from the last Jurassic Park? I really thought they were showing me the old movie. Everything looks exactly the same.
That's Ron Howard's daughter, right? This time around, they're going to make her not wear high heels while she runs
that's
around
Ron-
in the mud. Yeah, it's Ron Howard's daughter, right? Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yeah, it's not Jessica Chastain.
Maybe it's Jessica Chastain.
I don't know. She's pretty
All,
hot.
all red-haired ladies look the same to me.
Easy.
This was a horror movie when
Yeah, but you,
kid in her bed and then like the claw comes out.
but you're. If you watch, are they too scary for you?
No.
You've always watched them. This one's scarier than all the others. Oh, okay.
They also ran that trailer for the movie, which looks like it's a silent movie where if you make noise, people attack, or like monsters attack you. It's John Krasinski and like
Wait, people attack you for real?
yeah, like
On the seat. You're sitting there and people.
No. It's a movie, and all you really know about the scenario from the commercial is that you need to be totally silent, because if you make noise, whatever the thing is, the aliens or the monsters can find you and comes and kills you. So there's a family walking down a street, and nobody thought to take away the little boy's like toy. Like he's just walking around like, hey, you can take the toy. Promise me you will not hit the button. I will leave it in the on position. You must guarantee me, or else you will instantly be murdered.
Yeah, we'll all die.
But he won't leave the house without it. I mean, and I don't have all day.
I understand the predicament. You gotta go.
Yeah, you just got to bring that thing.
Sounds like he hit the button though.
He hit the button and he died quick. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty. Like I say, I know there was a Doritos thing going on today.
Wants to talk about a Shaun White commercial. I didn't see any.
There's a lot of Olympic stuff.
Hey, Mike, what did you see?
Red Dragon.
Yes, Red Dragons.
So the Charlotte White commercial, they did it with Iron Man music in the background, kind of like him coming back out of retirement to come to the Olympics and take all the gold again.
Yeah.
And it was the last ranking in the game, and it was pretty hyped. I got really excited about it. You guys should check it out.
Okay. Cool. I will. Probably not, because I don't actually give a fuck. But I'm excited for him. Hope he kicks
Is that
ass.
what that was? I had to start. I watched the Super Bowl at night, so I ended up skipping pretty aggressively. I saw him standing there, and I heard that, and I was like, okay, I got it. Yeah, he's Iron Man. Gotcha. See, everywhere he goes, he's sitting at a table, and all he sees is half pipes.
Right.
The Olympics may be a game to you, but to Shaun White, it's everything.
Cool. Makes him look like a legend.
He is a legend.
All right, well then, mission accomplished.
He's one of the. I would after. If you ask the general public to name an action sports athlete, I think Tony Hawk probably is still the name they're most likely to come up with, but Shaun White's probably second, right?
I just like that he has tight pants on and he snowboards. I hate snowboarders with their weird ass baggy pants. I'm like, man, stop. What year it is? Like fucking idiots. Pajama pant motherfucker.
And then there was the Crocodile Dundee thing that was cool to see Paul Hogan as Crocodile Dundee for 1 second.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He looked buff.
Yeah,
Dundee jacked.
I wish they'd spent a little bit more time with him, frankly.
Maybe it was classy. Maybe it was his best to do it that way. Oh shit, we have a guest.
Maybe less is more.
David Arquette, you're on the Jason Ellis Show. Welcome.
Good, man. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
That happened quick.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good, bro. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing stuff.
Nice.
You do stuff. You do a lot of stuff.
I do some stuff.
What's your fucking problem? Why can't you just hang out and just not do stuff? Or is that just you got to do stuff,
I
right?
like to do something.
Right.
I mean, I like to have fun, mainly. But
I know, but like now it's a little bit more creative fun. Cause I think you were getting a little frisky with the fun thing for a while.
yeah.
I got divorced around the same time you did, and I was
man.
I'm living a shitty version of your. Because I go on the Stern Show every now and then, and you're on there, and I'm like, man, he sounds like he's in trouble. I can relate. I am in trouble right now. And my ex was like super organized and like this super mature lady, and I was the child in the relationship, and I was like, yeah, but I still run some shit over here. You're not giving me any credit, so I kind of felt like there was I was like, you know, you're your own man, you're own right. You've done a lot of great things. You're still doing a lot of great things.
Thanks, man.
Maybe somebody should give you a little bit more credit. Is what I felt like.
Thank you.
I was like, man, this guy's being treated like a fucking child.
I know. It was a messy time.
It always is though. But you know what? I felt like. I don't know anybody who's ever had a divorce where it was just like, you know, it was just so great. I really enjoyed my divorce. Everything just worked out so well, and I think if I could find another person to get divorced with, I definitely would look into that. Everybody knows that it's the worst thing ever, but I felt like, once again, your situation reminded me of mine because I felt like we did the best we could getting divorced.
Right, totally. But do you have a new significant other now?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Right.
I got 2 kids now, 2 boys.
Wait, 2 kids with your new wife?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I did that whole thing.
Oh, wait, so how young are your kids?
A 3-year-old and a 10-month-old.
Oh!
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
so much fun.
Feel free to stay here as long as you
is
like.
it?
It's the best, man.
Man, maybe it's because you're older, and I think I was younger when mine was like, I was like, okay, Jason, dig deep, you know, like raise the child, and it's like, get up. I'm like, okay, I'll do let's go, like, but I don't want to have another one and be like, let's get up in the morning and do that again. Yeah.
But you get the other.
But you're in the
side of
pocket.
it where they're like, they smile at you, and you're like, melting hearts.
You get up in the morning with them?
Yep.
You go out
Early
late?
Mornings. No, I haven't been going out late. My lifestyle's changed a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just completely different person.
Because that's a good idea, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have that problem too. I feel like I want to. That's always calling me forever.
Yeah. What, the night?
Going out, yeah.
Yeah.
Being
a little bit
in that shit.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's good to do it once in a while. I don't know, balance. The older you get, the more like the balance thing. You're like, oh, I could just have a drink or 1 or 2, and like never go over that. That's,
Right, controlled.
That's controlled.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I wish I could.
not.
I don't know, dude.
Not,
I want to talk to you about other stuff.
sure, man. Let's do it.
I saw a preview, and we've done things on the show about your show. Who we would all be if we were in jail.
Oh, okay.
So we were always, and we got people that have done time a lot of time, and they've called the show and told us what you mean. We're pretty sure this is what position you would play in jail, and
So there's a lot of butt mules around.
yeah,
here,
all of them.
turns out.
It's pretty bad for all of us.
yeah.
I'm probably dead, or I'm fighting, and I mean, it was like you'll probably be all right, or you'll be dead. And I'm like, well, fuck, that's great.
I know. I mean, do you have to join like the white supremacists?
See, that's what they were telling me.
Yeah.
That you,
So
the way
it's,
you
like,
look,
so
that's what you
creepy.
would have to do. And I'm like, man, but I don't really like black people. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want to be over in the corner telling the
I
Mexican
know.
guy that I don't like him, because I
That's
like the
crazy,
Mexican
right?
guy.
I know. It's such a sad state of affairs. You know, it's all Survivor's Guide to Prison is this documentary we have coming out, directed by a guy named Matthew Cook, who's amazing, Oscar-nominated documentary filmmaker
Oh, yeah.
for Deliver Us from Evil. And so he directed this, and it's just a look at this prison system. 2 guys wrongly accused, spend decades behind bars, tell their story, and we kind of examine the prison system through their experiences.
How did you get pulled into this, and why is it something that you really wanted to actually see through and be involved with?
Well, I've been a fan of Matthew's forever, and he's a friend, and I saw an early cut, and me and my wife produced it too. She's really doing the hard work. She's really the producer on it, and we started just sort of, you know, giving our thought what we thought worked, what think needed work, and he really liked it, and it all just sort of gelled and just started working together and bringing other people to get involved, like my sister Patricia and Quincy Jones, and you know, a lot of different people with really strong voices that, you know that it's a broken system.
Of a lot of these celebrities that I saw, every one of these celebrities has had interactions with prison.
Well, like friends or
just a
family
person, right.
members, or just knowing the system is broken anyway.
Right.
You know.
I saw a little bit of Busta Rhymes look like he was choking up. Is that like a
Yeah.
personal experience or a friend of his that went through some shit?
Yeah, it was a friend, a woman he had met who, like, you know, got out of jail after she, you know, spent all this time, didn't commit the crime, and got out and didn't know how to use a phone, didn't know how to, you know, live in this new time. So, but, you know, Danny Trejo's an executive producer on it as
Yeah.
well, and he had spent time way back.
Yeah,
He
I knew
actually
that. He's been
did
on
the
here.
crime, right?
I don't know.
I think he admitted it when he was
Yeah.
in here. Yeah.
He did. But yeah, so he, you know, she's a perfect, like, you know, he had a great story, but he has family members who had experienced it and gotten out, and, you know, just a lot to sort of go through. We like to think of it more of a movement, like, so we're just trying to raise awareness for this. We're working with Van Jones and Cut 50 to, like, promote a shirt that we did called the Dignity Campaign. That's to get legislation passed so that women had basic human rights in jail, where, like, if they're giving birth in some states, they'll have to be in shackles. And
Wait,
stuff like
while
that.
the baby's being
While they're-
born,
yes.
they could run
In
with the
some
baby
states.
coming out of their
I
vagina.
know. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And surely nobody there could get her to the ground while she was running with the baby coming out of her vagina. She'll
also,
definitely make it
like-
out.
They're very slippery at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah. There's that too.
80% of the women in jail are mothers.
Dude, that's
So-
weird because I watch stupid fucking jail TV shows, and it looks like sometimes they're allowed to have the kid in the jail. Has that ever happened?
The visitation, like,
No,
area?
in there. Because what was it?
I don't know.
It's a Australian jail show that I was watching. What was that one?
We used to call it Tough Cunts, but I think it had a real name.
I know. They did not. They wanted to call it Tough Cunts, but in America they had to change it to Wentworth. Right. In Australia it's called Tough Cunts, straight up. No. You would have watched it for sure, right? It's like Orange is the New Black, but it's more realistic and harsher.
Yeah.
So that made me... I was like, wait, there's a baby in here? How's that? I didn't know that you could do that. Yeah,
Wow.
well, there it is, Wentworth.
Oh, no kidding.
It's a great show. It was
gonna
based
check
on
it
an
out.
old TV show from when I was a little kid. I used to watch when I was with my mum when I was like a little kid. So now when they make a different version of it, it's kind of
That's cool.
funny to watch.
It's so weird because I know that we probably have way too many people in prison in America, because why do we have such an enormous prison population? But at the same time, I feel like I could get in my car and drive to a bunch of neighborhoods and just pick people off the street who also deserve to be in jail. So it's always sort of seemed to me like we have way too many people in jail and not enough people in jail.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know about
I
that
don't know
one.
what to say about
There's
that.
lots of
You see
criminals.
pe-
On,
you
there's
see-
lots of criminals on the street,
You see,
Well,
it's
it's
and lots of
estimated-
innocent people in jail. It
It's
seems like.
estimated that we just like inadvertently commit 3 felonies a day.
Yeah, you said that in the movie. What does that mean? Like,
Well, a lot of the stuff that you click I agree on your on the website, and then if you're watching a movie that's on, YouTube that isn't got clearance or some kind of thing, you're breaking a huge law there.
Oh, no kidding.
You could go to, but there's all kinds of bullshit that is out there that, but we've all done something terrible. I mean, not terrible, but
Oh, I have for sure. I probably did it yesterday. I might have done it this morning. I'm such an asshole. I can't even tell how many times I fuck up in a day.
No.
But
Are you being kind to yourself nowadays, though? Nicer?
yeah.
You don't beat yourself up. So
Oh,
much,
I still, if I make a big mistake, I'll beat myself up all day, all night. Yeah. I still got issues. I gotta go to therapy and shit. Whatever.
Everybody does.
But what about, I wanted to, like, you watch all this, and I feel like everyone's so tough, and it's so harsh and so sad, and what you're saying right now is basically people with power oftentimes will abuse it because they're having a bad day. I mean, I see it everywhere. We're just humans, man.
Yeah.
You're having a bad day. One time, I'm in this fucking spa. I'll never forget it. It happened last year. I'm in the spa. I'm kind of a fruit, and there's gay dudes in my spa. That's cool. This guy is like pissed at me, and I'm on my phone. I turn around, and I'm like, "Is it okay?" Use your fucking phone. I'm like, "Whoa, man!" I'm like, "Calm down, dude," because there's no need to get like that. And I knew as soon as he said that, I'm bigger than him, and he's ready to go because he's had a really fucking bad day. I have no idea what it is, but I don't have to be a smart person to tell that. This guy's having a fucking bad day. There's no way he's like that every day. He wouldn't have a job. Right. He wouldn't have been allowed in here. Like, he's freaking out. So what's to tell you, like, an officer who's having a really bad day just throws this fucking bullshit book at somebody because they're giving him attitude and ruins their life, as in their whole life is ruined because this guy's having a bad day. Like, I feel like I've done too. When I'm in a bad mood, you mean someone cuts me off, I'm like, fuck you, man, and I'll cut you off. I did a bad thing. I could, but I don't have any. The only power I have is to cut you off. I'm not a police officer. Right. I can't throw the fake book at you because you told me that I'm a pig and I should suck your dick. Because I feel like every now and then, if a youngster's like, fuck you, pig, and he's like, oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And you know what? My wife is leaving me. Let's see how fucking funny it is now, motherfucker, because you said suck my dick. And then they do these things that are, like, it seems like putting people in jail for petty crimes.
There's a lot of hero cops out there. We're not here to bash.
I know that.
Cops.
Oh, the show backs police 100%.
Yeah,
but I'm still. You're human.
Totally, completely, and a lot. We need accountability for patterns. When if a cop beats up, gets a lot of write-ups, and so,
right.
We just don't want to have those people be cops anymore.
Right.
It's not the right job for them.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to find a different thing. So it's just more accountability. A lot of that has to go through legislation and just standing up for injustice and
That's dangerous.
There's a lot of
I skip standing up for injustice is tough. You're in the clear and your friend's not. Well, let me go down with him. That's a dying breed. People that are willing to do that.
Are standing up now and talking about it and really raising awareness. And there's a guy named Scott Budnick who's doing incredible work with ARC, which is all geared toward not having people go back to prison. So if they get out, get them jobs, have them a support group. If someone has addiction problems, that they get that taken care of. That they gear them all toward having a productive life, that they're good members of society. I mean, you guys were talking about the rape thing, but in the movie we talk about it. It's like people make jokes about people getting raped in prison, and it's like, oh, don't drop the soap when you go in prison. But this is fucking rape. This is happening. They're not we don't have enough laws, and there's an element that kind of dehumanizes people that are in prison. That they're not human, they're terrible, and they're the Innocent Projects has estimated, and it's a low estimate, that 40,000 to 100,000 people are in prison wrongly accused, and they think that's a very low number. But I mean, just for those people alone who didn't commit the crime, who aren't gonna say take a plea deal because they are innocent, to not make sure that it's a somewhat safe environment for them, that there's like laws that protect and that people are accountable for like, and then if you start treating people in jail with in prison with more dignity, some respect, give them activities or vocational skills, or like try to gear them toward being better people so that when they come out they have a better chance of surviving. I mean, it's really like there's like a worker shortage right now, and right today in the Washington Post there was an article about hiring ex-cons and just sort of like that this is what we're gonna have to do. And now how do we do this in a way that people feel safe, that they feel that we have people come out that are positive members of society.
And you think that there is a way for that to happen? Are you seeing it
starts
happen?
with more dignity, and like I think a lot of it's going to have to do with people that have gone through this experience standing up and having support groups and like taking people under their wings. And we grew up with a kid named amazing artist named Deffer who got shot in the head. We just went through some crazy shit with him, and he was like the hardcore gangster, but then he got his life together. He started studying art and really focusing on his art, and now he's like a world-class citizen, amazing artist, completely upstanding guy, got his whole life together, and it's possible for people.
Yeah, look, I haven't
Some
seen...
people are damaged, like
Right.
painful, but even there's therapy and there's like support groups and there's things we can do. It's just the punishment system that we have now is just not working. So how do we make it so it's a safer environment?
It's got to be tough, because you're talking about people that you're talking about a lot of innocent people, but in prison, make no mistake, there's a lot of people in there that are guilty as well.
Yeah.
And if you're involved in arresting criminals, it's got to be fucking tough, man. It's got to be scary, and there's lies and anger, and like I said before, we're talking about humans, man. And when you're only human, and I will say only because I'm not that fucking impressed by us, really, because you can poke a guy enough and then he'll be mean, and I feel like jail, like you're saying, to be more encouraging in jail. I mean, if everyone's gonna say fuck you, I'll fucking shank you, fuck you, I'll rape you, I got raped, and you got this mentality all day of kill or be killed, how the fuck do I approach you in a gentle, encouraging way when you're your back's up against the wall and you're in jail? Because I mean, I feel like being bitten a couple of times, there's no trust left. You know what I mean? Like I don't fucking trust working for this company, and they pay me a lot of money, but
Right.
they bit me a few times,
Right.
so I'm wary of it.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't prison. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right,
so I
right.
feel like your human nature. Everyone keeps biting me. Especially if I'm falsely accused and I'm in jail. I am fucking not trusting anyone. I have had it. I'm had it. Like, hey man, let me console you. No, dude, you're not consoling me. I'm in jail for nothing. Pretty inconsolable right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me a couple of years to fucking calm down on the ridiculous position I'm in.
Yeah.
It's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough for everybody.
Well, with the Sundance Channel, one time I spent 2 days at San Quentin teaching acting to a bunch of prisoners.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't even call them prisoners. I mean, I don't know what the term is. Like, there's certain things like prisoner, inmate. There's certain things that take away their human status, and then you just see them as a prisoner. You know what I mean? I don't know. We like to call them survivors. Is our story about the Bruce Lisker and Reggie Cole, who we examined in the film, but then talking to these guys and having acting classes, and they were putting together movies within San Quentin. It was totally like you saw them come alive, and they were working together, and it wasn't like this whole cliquey. Like, they really were impassioned, and there's a Shakespeare class that they do in these different prisons, and the people that are part of that.
I'm not seeing any white supremacists in this acting class. Dave, was there anybody? Because I just want to see an open-minded, what is it called? White racist guy. You know what I mean? Like,
There was
Like,
a white,
hey,
there was-
Dave,
there was
like,
a white
yeah.
dude there. I don't know how he feels about other
he had
races.
dreads. He's not racist.
Good for
Everybody
him.
knows white guys with dreads are not racist.
Well, we did this one thing called animal transformation, where they had to adapt like an animal.
No.
And then act like it.
We have to do this. Andrew, write it down. The show is doing that.
And then bring it up to a human form, but still maintain the animal characteristics.
Whoa!
One of them was.
That's what acting's about?
Well, that's an improv.
I want to do a David Arquette acting class. That sounds fucking awesome.
Fun.
It sounds like Dr. Moreau.
But they got like one of them was a bull. There's a white boy.
That's a great point. That's a great point. There is a white guy there.
And then so one of them was a bull.
Yeah.
And kind of like got all up in someone's face, and the guards were like, "Stop! You got to stop."
Oh, because it's a little aggressive.
Well, they just said even the aggression of that, when it's just confrontational, will then get settled out in the yard.
Yeah.
Like they'll act like they're cool now, and it could not be cool. So
Right.
it was kind of intense, like experience to be like, witnessing sort of how that goes. But one of these guys told me, I was like, "What happened to you?" He's like, when I was a kid, he was literally like 8 years old or something. He found a puppy and brought it home, and his mom's boyfriend, like, who was this total dick, took the puppy, threw it against the wall, and killed it. And at that moment, he was like, "This world is evil. I'm gonna be the evilest motherfucker of them all, and no one's gonna fuck with me. I'm never gonna be like taken advantage of anymore." And then that was his like attitude toward life.
That's what it takes. You surround a kid with that much fucking hate. That's watch out, man. Little kids.
Yeah.
Gotta treat them
good.
And then there's the whole other level of people who are just straight up mentally ill, and it says in the movie, was it 10 times as many people who are mentally ill in America are in jail as are in like mental health facilities. And to me, that strikes me as a class thing, because if we all knew, if you knew a wealthy family and the kid was all fucked up, that kid got taken care of. That kid's probably not in a jail somewhere. But if you're poor, you're not going to give them the same amount of help. Sooner or later, maybe they will commit the crime. Maybe they won't be falsely accused.
Yeah.
They just won't actually be really responsible for what
I was
going to
say, they're
not
all there
in prison. Right.
Yeah, because we see them on the street all the time. There's two. There's homeless guys, and then there's guys that aren't. He doesn't even know he's homeless.
Right.
So I'm like, that guy, and I'm not a doctor or a police officer, but I fucking guarantee I'm right. Saw him for 20 seconds. I know I know what's going on in there. And if he does a crime, he does not know he's done the crime. And they're everywhere, on Hollywood and Sunset and Santa Monica. I see him all the time. They scare the shit out of my son. Every now and then it's a guy where I'm like, I look in his eyes and I'm like, no one's home, man. He's just on the street. So I don't know how you deal with all that stuff.
I don't know either.
My daughter's actually right now in Skid Row with her mother, and they're feeding and hanging out with the homeless because somebody needs a wake-up call right now, so that's why they're down there.
Down at the women's shelter down there?
I think so.
Yeah, that place is amazing. Yeah.
So is all this shit, when you do all this and watch this documentary and you look at all these people and hear all these stories and you're David Arquette, is this like every now and then like a shock to realize how fortunate you are?
Yeah, you definitely have to count your blessings in general in life. You know what I mean? The fact that we're not locked up, and the odds are against us in that department. But like you talk, mental health and addiction, like certain things can be dealt with in a different way.
Of course.
And if we did, we'd have a safer world. It's just compassion. It's like just starting the dialogue. Making things so. We just change it a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, I feel very fortunate. And the older you get, the kind of more gratitude hopefully you find, because when you do, it's sort of everything's not as like crazy and insane. You get kind of chill a little more. You like a nice meal or piece of fish. A piece of fish will make you so happy.
when they sear the skin on you, that's beautiful.
I so know what you're saying. When you realize that there's this thing right now that wasn't that over the top, advanced, and all set up that could bring you so much joy. So I feel like once again I'm starting to feel like I could relate to you, where there's like an unsettling feeling no matter what I do. I can do everything. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. But then when I get older and I feel like, like my son talks to me about something and he'll walk off and I'll be like, fucking moment right there, man. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, you would never have done that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
I'd be like, those tits are fucking cool. And now I'm going to bone them. I'm not going to think, man, remember that time I just saw those tits and they were all my tits? Like, no, just fuck her. And then find something else to fucking win and hold up above your head. Like, getting older makes you... Like, I didn't tell myself, you know what, Jason, you should be more considerate. You should appreciate just the moments. Like, it just happened.
Savor these tits. Some days these tits won't be here.
Yeah, now when I see tits, I'm like, man, you sure you want to show me? I'm pretty old.
I love like going to sleep at like 10, like waking up with a nice like rest.
Yeah.
Something about I slept so good last night. The little things that have become so much like I don't know. I like taking my kid to like the beach, just like walking around.
See, I like taking my kid to the beach. I don't like taking him to the beach. I like the bit where we're at the beach and we're having fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm taking my kid to the beach today.
Yeah.
I gotta do because that's all. Don't take this the wrong way.
load
It's
up.
all you guys, like the rest of you out there, that I don't want to take to the beach, and you're all fucking around me the whole time.
And don't get me started on leaving the beach.
Yeah, well,
But actually being there, pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when me and him are actually playing it at the beach, woo. But then all the other stuff that comes with it is like, fuck the beach. We're all having a great life.
Yeah.
In here, anyway.
We're
But,
actually lucky. Yeah.
yeah, we are. We're very lucky.
And the documentary, I think it's a really neat angle that you have. It makes the point that it's all of us think, well, those people that are in jail, like anybody could go to jail. There's people who are wrongfully accused, and I'll never forget. I was one lane over from somebody who hit someone fatally with their car at a crosswalk.
Right.
It was a crime. He ran through the crosswalk, but he didn't wake up that morning thinking he was going to kill somebody. He didn't have a mean...
Right.
I assume he didn't have a mean bone in his body. I don't know what became of that guy. So I think about that a lot. You know,
Imagine.
we're all guilty. Sometimes you look at your phone for a second. It could happen to you. It could happen to you, and maybe if you understood it as something that could happen to anybody, people you love and yourself, maybe you'd have more empathy for the people it does happen to.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the stories in there is a woman who registered her son to go to school at the same in her father's district.
Mm-hmm.
So the father had a better school district. They registered that they lived with the father, and so her son could go.
Yeah.
They found out. The school
And?
found out. Arrested the mother. Arrested the father.
Oh my... You can do that?
Yeah, they
She's a
both
white
went to
supremacist
jail.
now.
No, she was a black lady.
She tattoos swastikas on people's asses every morning.
She went to jail. Her dad went to jail, and he died in prison
Of what? Like he was just there for a long time?
of old age. I mean,
Ah!
Wait,
years!
sick, but
Years for that!
no, not years, but while he was awaiting trial and everything.
It's not right.
Not right on the... On
Stuff
another...
like that.
just throw
It's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, we don't have any
Fuck
garbage
this
here.
place. Arquette, fuck it. Throw it in the air.
I don't know if you want to talk to our old friend Anthony. He is called...
Oh, yeah. This is the guy, he murdered somebody in jail, but
Oh, no.
he only murdered him because the guy was gonna
Yeah.
butt fuck him and he had to.
We heard about
But he calls in all the time to give us pointers and stuff. Anthony, welcome to the show. You're on with David Arquette.
What's up, fellas? Hey, first off, I just want to say attaboy, David. That is probably one of the coolest fucking things I've heard in a long time.
Oh, thanks, man.
No, there's got to be a fucking rehabilitation system in the prison system.
Yeah.
There is no rehabilitation. That has got to be number one to people. You've got to teach people how to live in society. When you come from the dirt, you come from the bricks, and you ain't got nothing, all you know is the criminal aspect. You have to, they've got to teach people how to get by in life without the criminal aspect. And none of that ever happens in prison. I've been in jail since I was fucking 12 years old until I was 30, back and forth, juveniles from one end of this country to the other in probably 8 different states. And all of them were always the same.
How'd you fix yourself, Anthony? How'd you fix yourself?
Honestly, just got tired of all the bullshit. I was laying in my cell. It was probably about a year after that death. I was laying in my cell one day listening to all the bullshit. I was like, this is not what I'm going to fucking do for the rest of my life. Figure something out. Pull your head out of your ass. Get your shit together.
Oh, you did.
That's basically what it was. I don't want to go back to prison. I don't want to do the prison life. It sucks. There's
Yeah.
nothing fucking good about it. All you fucking learn
Right.
And like I said, when you're in there, they don't teach you how to do shit. Yeah, you can get your GED. Hell, some will give you college. Some will teach you a trade or something like that. But nobody actually teaches you how to survive in a civilized fucking world. We're used to being uncivilized and doing, killing, beating, stealing, whatever the fuck you got to do to survive in life. It's hard to break them habits just because you sit in the cell for a while. Somebody's got to teach you how to break them habits and how to show you how to do things the right way. A lot of people know it, they just don't do it.
Yeah. Well said, Anthony.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for calling in, dude. Uh oh. Yep.
One other thing, the Aryan Brotherhood, when you join a white supremacy group in a prison,
Yeah.
you don't automatically become a racist. The only reason you join them is because you need backup. You cannot survive in a prison system by yourself.
Yeah, fair enough, Anthony. I'm just saying, it's a pretty bad look, though.
You did still join the Aryan Brotherhood.
If I'm over in the corner lifting weights with all my Aryan brothers,
know.
it's not a good. It's not the look I'm looking for. That's all I'm saying.
Anthony, is there ever like a hodgepodge group like the Misfits? No.
Total letdown for me and David right there.
I know,
No.
but what if like I'm white and Jewish? Does that?
Oh, you're
that's-
fucked.
doesn't that, like,
You gotta leave that last bit out for sure.
I'm telling you, Jewish.
That is not a very powerful
Thanks,
gang.
Anthony. Yeah, isn't there like a Jewish gang of dudes all hanging out with like the beanie on lifting weights?
Probably depends what country.
Come
you're in.
on, man. Like you can't. Everybody's here. You can lift weights and get jacked. Stand in the corner and be like, "What's up? Got some drugs." That's the deal, right? That's how you survive.
May we never find out.
We're not gonna, because I know what I am. Like a pussy. A butt mule. I'd be like, I'm dead. Give me the drugs. I'll put it up my butt. David, thanks for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really always wanted to meet you.
Really?
Honor. Hell yeah, man.
I
You're
always
the
wanted to
best,
meet you.
bro.
I asked for you to be on the
Appreciate
show
it.
like 100 times.
Really?
I've always
too.
asked.
Oh, man. I didn't even know you were in L.A. Your studio was here.
Yeah.
It was,
You live in LA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You should come on the show all the time.
I'll come out. I'd love to come back.
All right. And keep us put. When is this actually? When can I actually see all of it?
It's in theaters on the 23rd
23rd.
of February, but
Okay.
then it'll be on deep video on demand, and then it goes to Netflix.
And then it's on.
Oh, it's going to Netflix.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The Survivor's
That's great.
Guide to Prison.
That's got to
Everybody
feel
check
really
it
good.
out.
You know people are going to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Congratulations.
Thanks,
you
Dave.
guys.
We'll be back, everybody.
Yeah, that's huge.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Thanks, Dave. Nice meeting you too, man. Seriously.
Yeah, bro. Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna take a photo.
Yeah.
Tourist wall.
Where do we do it? Right here?
Right outside here.
Hey Jim, I think we moved on. Have a good rest of your day. Take care, bye. Oh boy. That's a big day, huh? All these kids.
I like that guy. Yeah, that was good. That was a good conversation.
Still haven't talked out. Almost knocked myself out this morning.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
I was building a circuit in my house, building all these different things to do all around the upstairs and downstairs. And I got a medicine ball and brought it down to the MMA mats because I was going to use that to like throw against the wall and throw on the ground. And I fucking just, I guess the heat or whatever.
You want to knock out UFC Supercross?
I didn't know.
Maybe read it on the back end or
Yep.
headlines, depending on
Yeah.
how far the conversation goes.
Whack! Right in the fucking face. And it's medicine ball. Fucking like lit me up. Like look at my nose.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking I was like, and I was like near the pool and I was like, whoa, I almost fell in the pool. I'm like, oh my god. I go into the like Katie's in the shower. I'm like, look at my face. She's like, what the fuck happened? Well, I just threw a ball in my own face. Yeah.
I'm just starting it with David Arquette, just so
Okay, cool.
you
Yeah.
want to keep that in for context.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know Katie was like, coming out of the shower, you're dead in the pool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not a lot that can be done about that.
So maybe I'll throw it harder tomorrow. See what happens.
Yeah. Chance it. See what fate has in store.
What's next?
UFC Supercross, some headlines, and then the Reddit unethical life pro tips.
That's only one out?
As much as we get to.
Okay.
Right there, this fucking hamburger helper.
No, I find Instapot.
Instapot.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is it? My mom got me one for Christmas and I just took that box.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes for stuff that would take 8 hours.
Nice.
Smells pretty solid.
Yeah, it's like Thai, chicken.
you, Betsy?
I also have hidden 2 chocolate bars somewhere in my house.
Well, that makes me feel better about my life.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going. I can't. I mean, I'm assuming they're.
Maybe you should like get security cameras so you can see what you do. during
Who's
the
David
day.
Arquette's wife now?
I even checked the garbage.
I don't know.
Hey, who's David Arquette's wife now?
I think it's a model.
What did I do with that pet?
Yeah, I got confused looking at it because I saw that it said that there were 2 Arquettes who produced it, but then when it started, his sister was on camera, and I was like, oh, right, okay, so the other one's just his sister. Christina. Yeah, right.
Susan Sarandon
Yeah, she produced it.
produced it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she voices over a ton of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy.
I think she's been on that tip ever since Dead Man Walking. You know, when like an actor does a thing and then they're kind of like in that issue for forever after it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Dead Man Walking, what was that?
That Sean Penn movie, she plays like the nun. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Jason, Tully, and the crew now on Faction Talk.
They were punching and a kicking and a grappling down Brazil way this weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty boring.
Agreed.
And rigged. I just want to mention real quick, I was telling everybody in the green room that I set up a new gym in my backyard. I'm trying to make a circuit where the whole backyard is just a gym. And I thought there's this medicine ball up in the grass, and it's super hot up there because it's California and it's in the sun. And I brought the medicine ball down the stairs, and I got the MMA mats on the concrete, and I threw the ball to test how the medicine ball would be in my circuit, and I threw it really hard, and it just bounced up on the mat and hit me in the face.
I was going to ask you about that.
Hard.
Yeah,
like,
you got a pretty good mark on the end of your nose.
Yeah, like I got a bit of a flash, and I was right next to the pool too, and I'm like, man, could you imagine that? Like I walk down the stairs, like I'm making a gym, fucking whoosh, and I just fall in and die. End of the and I was worried about all this other stuff for nothing.
Worst ways to go. Did you ever think
Because
about
it was
that?
kind of because it was pleasant. I mean, if it actually had switched me off,
Right.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I was
Maybe there's a lesson there. Probably not one that will stay with you for more than a couple hours, but right. Everything could just go away. You could just accidentally knock yourself unconscious and drown in your own pool. So,
But I didn't, so here's a free one. A day, I mean. So yeah, but I did fuck my face up with a ball by myself. So yeah.
at least you didn't do it in anger. Those are the ones that get me.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah.
When you're I've been guilty of that many times. When you're pissed about something, so you do something physical to vent your anger and you hurt yourself, and then you're
I've done
angry at yourself for hurting, and you just hurt.
Yeah, pain and anger on top of it is like extra.
It's a terrible.
I also fell in again because I was I'm back to the surfboard on the rope on the wall as a part of my circuit. So that
what do you do with that?
You get on the surfboard and you paddle, and the rope's tied to the back of it, so you're just paddling. So it's just a paddle workout.
Okay, I knew about all that.
And you balance.
Is that what you'd been doing before? Because I thought that you just tied a rope to yourself and you were swimming.
I did that too. But
Okay.
now I've got the surfboard for the circuit, so it's just on. So then, and then I'm going to go to the fight store, and they have the thing where it goes bing, 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 and you know when it's 30 seconds.
Yeah, the bell.
So that way I can just I don't have to count in my head what I think is 30 seconds while I'm dying. Mm-hmm. I can just have the thing, and then once I have the thing, and then on it sending me all these banners, I will officially have my own gym in the backyard.
Yeah.
And then that will be it. I guess that's my new thing, is to just live there, working out constantly.
That's great.
And people are welcome to come over, but you got to catch me on the circuit.
Yeah, that's great.
So check out Love and H tonight, as Anne H does circuit training before the radio show. She's
she'll
gonna be
love
pumped.
that.
Oh yeah, no. She's got a circuit in her.
She's energetic.
Oh yes, she is. I saw her push a buggy up a hill the other day.
You mentioned that.
Nighttime.
Yeah, I went for a run yesterday with my
Yeah.
son. We've begun our training for our forthcoming 5K. It went fine.
How many miles did he lock up?
He did 2.
Solid.
Yeah.
He's pretty much done then.
The 5K is 3.1.
Yeah.
He did this weird thing where he, like, as soon as we started, he's like, let's take a break. And I'm like, oh no, I got a bitch kid. But then I was like, dude.
Interesting angle.
I was like, if you don't want to do this, like, run with me, it's totally understandable. I want you to do it, but if you don't want to do it, that's great. I said, what? And if you want to do it, that's awesome. What is not acceptable is that you tell me you want to do it, but then when we get out here, you just don't really want to do shit. Just let me know right now if you don't want to do it. And he kept doing this weird thing where he would, like, stop. And then I would, like, give him a look, and he'd be like, all right. And then he'd, like, race past me. But then he'd gas out and stop again. And I'm, like, trying to explain to him the concept of pacing himself. But with many stops, he did 2 miles. And I feel like if that's where we start from, then we got this. But, yeah, I love gadgets nowadays. You like you're saying, you need the thing to tell you. You can't count in your head the whole time. That's the worst part. I used to swim, and I used to just... All I did was go... It's been 16 laps. Wait a second, is that 16? Is that 17? Fuck, I gotta do another one because I can't cheat myself. So I'd rather do one extra than do one few. And now that's what you think for 45 straight minutes. Or you just get a fucking waterproof watch and forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess there's a thing where it's an actual box. They have them at boxing gyms, and it's like you can program it to go bing, 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 bing every 30 seconds, and then when it's 3 minutes, it'll tell you again. So
yeah, your phone will do that too, but it's fun.
Yeah, but it just you can't hear it, or I don't know. I want it. It's the final piece of the gym puzzle.
Right.
It'll be a proper gym, and then I can have Kelly and somebody just hit me up, said, "Hey, I want to go to your gym because Katie videoed me working out this morning." And I'm like, "Sure. You're all welcome to join." You know what I mean? Obviously, when I'm working out, you can all join the circuit, and then you can leave. I mean...
It's good to have people there.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to try and rob me, good luck. I mean, I feel like I don't really have anything there except my car.
So you're welcoming, like, absolute even strangers to do this? As long as it's
I mean,
the same time
strangers as in, listeners of the show.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them are going to rob you.
No.
Crazy story in that... Survivor's Guide to Prison, the documentary that David Arquette was just here talking about.
Yeah.
So they have 2 guys in there that there's a lot of people in it, but these 2 guys they focus on who were wrongly convicted of crimes.
Yeah.
The one dude had like a roommate, and he kicked his roommate out. And roommate's like, "I'll fucking kill you for this." And then like the next day, somebody broke into his house and stabbed his mom to death.
Oh God.
Yeah. And he goes to it, and I related to it a little bit. He goes to his mom's house and finds his mom on the floor. And my earliest memory in life is not that there was any crime involved, but my grandmother passed away, and we went over to visit her. Me and my sister and my mom, and found my grandma. That's the first thing I can remember. So I can relate to the just going to visit grandma, no big deal, just like we've done a million times. And then something horrible has happened, and the cops. While his mom was dying in the hospital, rather than being there with her, he was being questioned.
Oh, they tried to just... He's in jail for his mom's death?
He went to jail for like 17 years for murdering his mom, and the whole time he was like, I know exactly who did this. I know precisely who did this. The roommate that he kicked out, didn't have any place to stay, and within like 4 hours of this guy supposedly murdering and robbing his own mother, that guy had the money to check into a hotel. Like, it's the most open and shut, obvious thing ever who did this.
Is he out?
He's out now, but he was
17 years.
Yeah.
And what about the other guy?
I didn't make it through enough of the documentary to tell you what happened to the other guy. The other guy I know was already in jail. The other guy, when they finally listened to this dude enough to try to see if his version of events may be accurate, when they went to go find the guy he accused, the guy was in jail for breaking into somebody's house.
Not for murdering?
I don't think he had murdered the person. I think he broke in and robbed somebody else. It's insane. So anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen to you at your gym. I doubt it.
To me? Yeah. Well, I guess
I'm rooting for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll just hit him with on a kettlebell or something.
Yeah, you'd be fine. So, Leota, the Dragon, Machinita.
Yeah. I felt like Brazil had a bunch of rigged judges.
Mm-hmm. If a Brazilian wins a split decision in Brazil, I assume that they lost.
Yeah, look, man, the dragon. Do you want to see the dragon is back? The dragon! I'm like, dude, you gotta do a little, you know what I mean? Like, you did not win that fight, and that kind of sucks because that other dude had an undefeated record, and now he has a mark on his He didn't win that fight, in my humble opinion. But there was another one where it was just flat out. It was a girl fight where the other girl completely won the fight.
Is that Maya Stevenson and Pollyanna Vienna?
I don't know. I can't remember. But yes, because there's only 2 girl fights on there. So that fight, bullshit! Artist!
I thought that the Tim Means fight was the one.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the Dirty Bird won that fight. Easily won that fight. Easily. Tim the Dirty Bird ripped off Means by this fucking piece of shit.
Sergio Moran.
You fucking suck. Your style, you suck. If MMA was all those guys, I would be watching basketball again. I'd give a fuck about watching your ass. And then you give it to him. Dirty Bird picked you apart, son. He picked you apart.
I was thinking about that, though. Hear me out. I almost feel like it's a good thing for fighters when they get robbed.
Why?
Because we know how the UFC works, and the UFC only cares so much about your record or whatever. The UFC will put exciting guys in there against over a guy who has a great record but is kind of just blue balls everybody, right? So I feel like if Tim Means goes there and just wins a decision on the undercard, not even on basic cable, it's forgotten. This way, everybody knows Tim Means got ripped off. Yes, he has that L on his record, but I feel like the public support that he gets for getting ripped off is more valuable to him. And it's not like another sport where, well, it doesn't matter if it was fair or unfair, now you're out of the playoffs because you got the loss. That shit doesn't really matter in UFC matchmaking.
Look, Andrew, I'm looking at the thing that Andrew's got up right here, and Dirty Bird, significant strikes 129 versus 87.
That's significant.
And takedowns. Dirty Bird, 1 takedown. Dick fuck, no takedowns.
Wait, I thought it was 0-0.
No.
Oh, that's knockdowns.
Oh, sorry, knockdowns. Sorry.
Yeah, still.
So he got a knockdown as well. And he outbeat him, and there was no takedowns, so that you can't tell me that he won because he out-wrestled him. So how the fuck did he win?
Brazil.
So not fair when somebody puts that much effort in and they fly to another country and you just take that victory. Brazil are to me, the biggest cheats on the planet because you got Cyborg, who's a cheat, her best friend Gabby, who's a cheat, Anderson Silva, cheat.
Just got popped again, you know that, right?
They're all fucking cheats. Cheating judges, cheating athletes. And Machida didn't cheat. The judges cheated him into a victory. And then the other thing, Santos was by far the most exciting fighter. Him and Smith fucking went at it, and I'm excited to see either. I don't care that Smith lost. Those dudes are not playing at all.
Yeah, that was a pretty convincing knockout.
And then of course Dana White wants what's his name, the referee, to not stand in the octagon again. And
Mario, Japanese guy.
Yamasaki, yeah. I watched that fight, and then after I saw that, I watched it again. And, I mean, to me, I was like, yeah, it should be stopped. Then I was like, yeah, it should be stopped. So I thought maybe it was like 3 times. And when I watched it again, I noticed not only did he not stop it 3 times when it was obviously she's not intelligently defending herself anymore, she's taking repetitive shots to the face. After she got fucking strangled and tapped out.
She tapped twice.
Yeah, and he didn't see the first one. Yeah. He didn't fucking lean over and touch her or anything. He stood up and stayed there and left her on the ground. Like, watch the other fight where the dudes get fucking rained on. The guy's like down there saying, hey man, it's over. Like, are you okay? He didn't even touch her. He just stood above her and was
Cachoeira.
like, he is a piece of shit. And
how about this? That fight never should have happened in the first place.
Yeah, but look, she got a lot of hype around. Yeah, you're right. She shouldn't be fighting the best person in the world just because she was 6-0 or 8-0
in her UFC debut.
Right, because I've seen tons of video on this chick. She's not ready yet. Like she's a brawler and she fights with her hands down against probably the best striker. I mean, in the weight class.
Very technical.
She might be the best female striker alive.
Very technical fighter.
Yeah, like, so it was really... I mean, at one point I saw her throw a punch and then Valentina landed 3 before the second punch came. Like, in the middle of the one that missed, bop, 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 and then ducked her. I was like, oh my goodness, lady, you need to get out of there. And she looks great. Valentina looks like she should be in that weight class. I'm like, man... Good luck to anybody there. So hopefully, I could tell Dana White was very nice, said nice things about the poor
Priscilla
that got her
Costrella.
face ripped off, so she'll be back. And she is, judging from the fights that I saw her, she is a very exciting MMA fighter. She looks to, she drops her hands and looks to go over the top of your punch. So when you go to punch her in the face, she clips over the top, and she does a lot of pull back. So she steps back and just measures your distance, so it just misses your chin, and then comes in again. So she's wide with her hands down. So it's real brawl style. Like if she wins, it's a very exciting fight because it's just bang bang, step back, bang bang, like, and she's looking to get hit too. So she has a lot of potential, and I think maybe. I just like it that these days when you have somebody who has a lot of potential but isn't ready for the world's best, she gets to stay in the UFC. Because there was a time there where, like my friend Mayhem Miller and things like that, another dude, so could you lost one fight and you're out. I'm like, you lost a fight to GSP, so could you lost a fight to Machida, and I'm like, and that's it? You're out.
Well, but the UFC was playing favorites and will continue to play favorites. Some people get lots of shots, and if Paige Van Zandt was ugly, she wouldn't have gotten all the shots that she's gotten and will continue to get. That's a fact.
Man, it's crazy how many people attacked me for that opinion.
They didn't want Mayhem because they didn't want Mayhem, but then he went on, and this is all my opinion, he never said anything to me, you never said anything to me, and then he went on Bully Beatdown, and people started saying, oh, well, the only thing they knew about MMA was that there was this guy on MTV. So where was he in the UFC? He'd probably beat up all those assholes, right? Well, no, we'll throw him out there one time, we'll get him get beat up, and you can see that guy doesn't actually belong in the UFC because we don't want him in the UFC, and then you can't say shit, and we can just move on without Mayhem Miller. To me, that was fairly obviously what was going on.
Yeah, it's not fair.
No, it's not fair, but it will continue to happen. It will continue to happen.
Look, I posted something about it the other day that I saw somebody in court talking about. It's not fair, like as an ex-athlete, if I was the best and I didn't get a title shot or the money because there was a better-looking guy, or more of a friend to the UFC than I was, I'd be pretty fucking pissed, man. Because if I know I can beat you and you're not going to give me that fight. And he made a couple interesting points about Dan Henderson, who was not in the top 10, and he got a title fight.
Yeah.
And he said, was 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all not available? He had a.
Well, of course, no. But everybody said that.
It's not right.
That wasn't what happens.
It's not right that a popularity.
Yeah.
Well, it's not right.
But it wasn't just the UFC didn't want Dan in their. I mean, of course they did, or else they wouldn't have gone along. They did it. But I'm saying that wasn't the primary impetus. Once Bisping got the belt, then he wanted to keep that belt, and so he had made up that whole story about how he needed to avenge this loss that most
Yeah, but you can't.
I know.
But they let him do it.
They let him do it. Yeah, they let him do it
because they like Bisping.
Yes, absolutely.
Right,
that's a fact. Yeah,
which is not fair.
No.
Because they don't like Luke Rockhold.
Right.
Luke Rockhold should have had a fight.
Yeah,
against
Bisping. It wasn't so much that they loved Dan; it was that they loved Bisping.
Yeah.
That's why that fight happened. Right.
Yeah, and when you're at that level, and I don't want to take anything away from Bisping, he is a fucking gnarly dude. But when you're training with at the level and sparring at the level of all those dudes from 10 to 1, and you're not getting that shot on behalf of those guys and girls, I don't think that is fair at all.
Right,
it's
and that
very, very bad look for the sport of mixed martial arts, because it's MMA, it's not UFC.
Yeah, no doubt. And that ties into, so there's the news that Max Holloway is injured and out of UFC 222, which means it was already not maybe the greatest card imaginable, and is that much worse without him, with him again unable to face off against Frankie Edgar. Last time Frankie was hurt, this time Max is hurt, and so the talk started up about Cody No Love and TJ Dillashaw.
Oh, I saw that.
Right, and TJ's is exactly what you're talking about. TJ's like, I won a fight in my opinion, but technically lost, and it took me 2 years to get a shot back at the belt, and now I'm supposed to give this guy a shot to get his belt back in 5 weeks.
I don't know. I think everybody should fight. That's my opinion. I feel like I don't want to give him a shot because I didn't get a shot. It's like, dude, fucking hell. Like, it's not fair. I had to wait 2 years, so I'm going to make him wait 2 years. Is he the best guy? then you have to fight him because you have the belt. But we already just discussed 5 seconds ago that if Bisping wants a fucking couple of softballs, then and the only argument I will give for TJ is TJ wants to fight somebody else, and he is cutting weight trying to get down for Demetrius.
And he just had a baby.
Yeah, but it didn't come out of his vagina.
His baby's a month old. I think a champ. I don't think you even mean what you're saying, really. Yeah, I mean, I think like a champion. It's okay to me. It's different. If a champion has a fight scheduled and then his opponent isn't able to make it, I definitely would prefer to see him take the replacement challenger.
Yeah.
It's different if he doesn't already have the fight scheduled to ask a champion to defend his belt on short notice.
I think if John Jones can duck Chael Sonnen for a fight because he wasn't prepared for Chael Sonnen, and we all knowing that he would destroy Chael Sonnen even if he was drunk. If he can do that, then TJ can do this.
That happened like somewhat this weekend. So Dodson's opponent missed weight. The UFC apparently offered him a replacement fight. He turned that down, and then the UFC said, "Well, we're not giving you your show money."
Well, that's not fair. You can't. The guy that I was going to fight is out on the day though, right?
The day before, so he missed weight.
Okay, so if miss weight, that means you did your deal. Be different if it was 8 weeks out,
He scrambled, found an opponent.
Who did they find?
I'm not sure if that name has been released.
Oh,
Some little guy.
just a little guy.
Some little guy.
Dodson
They're everywhere, right?
got upset that he wasn't going to be paid his camp money or show money for the fight.
Yeah, because I feel like usually, if I'm not mistaken, if you make it to the scales and your opponent doesn't, you still get paid, right? I mean, I don't know. I assumed. I mean, you did put a lot of work and you paid a lot of people to get there. It costs money, man. Training camp. I've had one. Cost me. I paid. I happily paid. But I'm just saying, if those guys are real dudes, they got like a bunch of people.
Yeah, it became an issue, and so he got like a partial amount of his show money. But there was a lot of MMA Twitter going nuts, being like, "Well, you got to pay these guys. They're dumping in a ton of cash."
Yeah, they're team right.
You also then, if you're a fighter, you can't turn down an opportunity, even if it's a different opponent.
Yeah, but if it's not in writing, because look, man, the corporate UFC world will fuck over a fighter any chance they get. Not on purpose, but if it's going to go one way, it's going to go their way. So when it comes to this, like, as on the day, man, I trained for this guy. And if I lose to this no-name guy that you're throwing at me in 24 hours, my whole career takes a step back. You guys don't give a fuck. So, obviously he didn't take the fight for reasons that, we all know that John Dodson is not a scared man. This was obviously a camp decision.
There was another fight on the card on Saturday night where the Brazilian showed up way overweight, and Desmond Green still agreed to fight him.
Man, what a cheat. How much overweight was he?
I think he ended up being 180.
Brazilians.
And so when he weighed in 7 pounds over the weight, and then put on a bunch more weight, and Desmond Green ultimately lost that fight. But he's still like.
Yeah, and he was grappling in it, and the dude was using his weight the whole time. It was a fucking annoying fight.
So it's really tough for these not top of the level UFC guys. They gotta make a living.
Well, this is the MMA game, dude. Eddie Jackson, Jasper, these dudes that are not in the UFC, they have, a guy that trains at Saxon's, Brian, who's a really good Muay Thai fighter. I think he had like eight replacements.
Like, what would you have done for your fight back in August if the dude had showed up 15 pounds over? Like, would you have just taken whoever they found for you last minute?
Well, my first MMA fight, they did that. They replaced the guy the week before the fight. Remember? It turned into...
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it was some wrestling guy, and all of a sudden it was a jiu-jitsu guy that had fights. And I remember going, hey, both of us were supposed to be 0-0, and now you're giving me a guy, and they're like, oh, relax, most of the fights are in Mexico. I'm like, most? What the fuck? I remember being kind of freaked out about that, but I still did it. But then again, it's not my job, you know what I mean? Mine's just a bum fight.
Yeah, I think your situations are different.
Yeah, John Dodson's whole life is on the line. Livelihood, sorry. I don't know. I just know that those guys don't... They don't say no unless there's a really good reason. And he can made it to the scale. Pay him.
I'll just say again, though, and this, I totally understand this is really easy for me to say, but just as an objective observer, it just seems like we've just been saying the UFC plays favorites, and sometimes a loss can be a win if you do something solid for the company. To me, it seems like you win the battle and lose the war when you don't just be a good soldier.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's it. I feel like if I'm just advising him, what's good for your career is to make a really big show of what a great guy you are for taking any fight in the world.
Good point.
And then you get the brownie points.
Like Clay Guida and just fucking be like, hell yeah, man, and thank the staff and the person that built the octagon. Like,
exactly.
Just, yeah.
But, you guys keep talking about the favorites. Isn't that contrary to basically any business? I mean, it sounds like you're talking about them playing favorites as far as like the personalities and stuff are involved. Rather
Fuck
than
yeah.
where the money is.
Well, the money is in the personalities. Well, that's what they think anyway.
Yeah, that's the decision that they've made, is that they want to back certain ponies. Like, they don't want a guy like Khabib, who's not, like, electric on the microphone and does, like, a slow, grinding, grappling kind of style of fighting, to beat up Conor McGregor, who's dynamic on the mic and dynamic when he knocks people out.
And aren't they a publicly traded company or not?
I don't know. Why? What difference would that make to you?
Well, because then you'd have a fiduciary responsibility to the stockholders.
I have a question. What does fiduciary mean? Okay.
But they do. But
Keep talking.
They're trying to make money by having exciting champions that sell pay-per-views. Is what they would say.
Yeah. But Michael, I think that the Bisping thing shows me that it's not just for they think that being popular, because I don't think Bisping is a pay-per-view sellout guy.
I agree with you. That was not driven by the bottom line.
That was a friendship deal, right? So that tells me that there's the Paige Van Zandt thing. Like, somebody just thinks she's adorable. It might even be like a Christian thing going on here, because maybe Khabib doesn't get it because he's a Muslim. That's right. I said it.
He's a favorite of the UFC, right?
Yes.
The problem is, though, he's now turned down apparently fighting.
No. Michael Bisping has never turned down a fight, ever. That might be what he said to you publicly, but you've never spoken to Michael Bisping on the phone, okay? So let me shut that down right now. He also did not refuse to fight Poopy Pants.
No.
Those comments were misconstrued.
No, you got it all wrong. What he said was, I'll fight Poopy Pants any day, but not today, because I had a baby.
Right.
I'm a baby.
Yeah.
And I will not be a not baby for 4 more years. Thank you, Dana White.
I still say that there is some angle to where...
I think it's a European angle. I think Dana White's got an English
I think it's
Bisping lockdown thing there, where it's like England has said, look, we'll give you this much money if you always take care of our boy Michael Bisping.
Well, I don't think it's quite that. I just think that is such a huge...
What about if it's a love affair?
I think that could be that too.
And Dana White have been in love this whole time and we did not know.
I wouldn't know about that. It's entirely possible, but...
He denied the allegations when I was at the UFC gym. He said he didn't even really like him.
Change the subject.
But they always say that.
That's a big market. That's a big English-speaking market.
That's what
and
it is.
Bisping is the golden boy for that market, and he will continue to be, like Chuck Liddell was the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the ambassador for the sport in America after he stopped fighting. Bisping will be that guy in England for the UFC as long as anybody remembers his name.
Can Chuck Liddell please kick Omarosa in the face on that TV show and just fucking save the universe? No. If I will watch on YouTube or Instagram the highlights of Chuck Liddell kicking her in the face.
Isn't there somebody else weird in there too?
Yeah, everybody.
But like Chuck Liddell makes sense to me. It's so disappointing to me, and I know I shouldn't be disappointed anymore.
He's
but
in great shape right now too. He can kick her face off.
Yeah, that's right. Go like Omarosa just going from being a reality star to being in the White House to just, and then you go, okay, well maybe that's in the past. No, she's just right back in reality TV.
Man, Mark McGrath for Omarosa, Sharknado to the Tully show. This guy's just everywhere. Look how
can't-
fit Chuck is.
I can't wait to talk to
Chuck's
Mark
gonna beat the fuck out of everybody.
about how terrific Omarosa is as a person.
Oh, he's definitely gonna say that.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm just gonna make him sit there, and I'm gonna lock the door, and I'm just gonna name celebrities.
Oh,
I
that's
know
he's with World Pedo. World Peace is gonna flip out for sure. Omarosa, she knows she's like the kingpin. She's like, look at me, I ran your country.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Now you will all kneel to me because at one point I was the president. Let me tell you something about the president. For a lot of money. Because I'm a gluttonous, sellout, slut pig whore. The scum of scum. And yeah, she's on TV again. Fucking sapulating bitch. Fuck you guys.
Who's Ross Matthews?
He's huge.
He looks like a large man.
Is he the guy that wears the marshmallow helmet?
Could be.
Probably shouldn't start that. Who's
Nobody
James
knows.
Maslow? James Maslow looks like a cheery motherfucker.
He's an actor and a musician. Don't try to define him.
Oh, well then, I can't.
And we would know him from...
Chuck Liddell punches him in the face.
Andrew doesn't even know.
Yeah, what is he, dude?
Looks like he was in the band Big Time Rush, which is like a Nickelodeon Disney thing, I believe.
Times are tough for this guy.
You might know him from the fitness magazine he was on the cover of.
Oh! Man, how many followers this guy got on Twitter and all that bullshit?
Only 3.27.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, well, fucking.
You
no
never notice how
more.
fitness magazines always
weird.
have... You know how, like, Cosmo every single time has something to the effect of, like, our craziest sex tip ever?
Yeah.
Which, like, is impossible that every month they would come up with the craziest one ever unless they're getting far freakier than we all know Cosmo ever would.
Yeah.
I feel like these fitness magazines always have get insanely shredded in 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's the headline every single time.
Yeah.
Theoretically, if it worked...
Everybody would be shredded?
And would have stopped buying the magazine by now.
Yeah, no. The thing is they do it. They get shredded, and then they get fat, and then they gotta buy the next issue.
They gotta get the new way to get...
Yeah. Because you
super
can get
shredded
fat
again.
in 4 weeks, too. That's the other thing that people don't know.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I have been.
I'm doing okay. That's the only good thing about the flu. I lost like 8 pounds.
That's why.
I highly recommend this flu that's coming around if you're trying to cut the...
I think I might be getting it.
The weight for New Year's. Really?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I got met Shannon Elizabeth. I met her one time. She's beautiful.
Who's Shannon Elizabeth?
She was the hot naked chick in the first American Pie movie.
Oh, yeah.
Never did a whole hell of a lot after that.
She
but...
seems like a nice lady.
She was... When I met her, she was...
Whoa!
Yeah, no, I thought she was pretty real for being somebody who...
She wore a see-through top one time.
Yeah, she took her shirt off in a movie one time. It was pretty incredible.
And by the pool, right?
Are you thinking of Fast Times at Ridgemont
I don't
High?
know. Oh, yeah, I don't remember this lady. She's a long vagina.
She's a tall lady.
It's just a weird angle, maybe. I mean, I'm cool with it. She's very beautiful.
Yeah. No, that was one of
Pointing
those...
out weird shit because I'm a prick.
I feel like that was a pretty iconic... like, that's on the short list of...
Do you get voted off, or do you have to just live in there? What's the deal with this shit?
So I think you have the house gets you compete for a head of household, and it's
Oh.
you have trivia or like something physical, and then that person nominates 2 people, and then the rest of the house guests vote which person should be eliminated. CBS has done various things where the audience can participate.
I can't watch this because Omarosa's going to befriend Chuck and use Chuck as a tool, and I'm going to be so pissed because she's a cunt and Chuck's a legend, and that's just going to be heartbreaking to me.
And then you got that's the Dance Mom lady, I think.
Who the fuck is Dance Mom lady?
She's the evil lady from Dance Mom, right? Marissa...
Huh?
No, not Ross Matthews.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's not the mean Dance Mom lady?
Who is Marissa Jarrett Winkor?
She's an actress, a director, and she's not nearly as famous as Dance Mom lady. Oh, she's in Hairspray.
What's that mean?
Hairspray is a musical.
Oh man, does she really need to do this with these idiots?
Right?
Is she better
What
than
does
this?
she get out of that? I know. I thought Broadway.
I mean, does she need more attention for will it help her Broadway career?
And then there's Ariadna.
Who's Kesha Knight?
Kesha Knight Pulliam was on The Cosby Show.
Man, that's like...
It's a little while ago. But still.
And who's Brandy and who's Ariana?
Brandy Glanville she's like a Real Housewife, right?
She's the one that got in trouble for the stinky badge.
With and she's got
stinky. The dude won the most fights in the light heavyweight division. Now he's on there with the lady that said someone else had a stinky vagina
and got sued over it. Yeah.
Like, come on, the world.
I know.
Lamarosa was the president.
I would really, really like to talk to all these people.
I wouldn't
privately.
Okay.
If they would
in an alleyway.
If they would really tell you what their angle is. You know, like, okay.
I don't think Omarosa knows what her angle is.
I feel pretty confident in predicting. I have not talked to Mark McGrath about this, but I think he would tell you privately and maybe even publicly, hey man, you know, Sugar Ray's still touring around. If I pop up on a TV show, I really see, you know, every couple of years I see a bump and people coming back out to the shows. Like I see
Not to mention they would have just paid him like $100,000 to do it.
I see his angle 100%. Maybe that makes you a little bit more current to go for more hosting gigs. Like some of these people I completely understand, but yeah, what does Chuck get out of this?
Maybe Dana White made him do it so that he doesn't fight. Oh wait, he doesn't do that anymore.
He doesn't have anything to do with the UFC anymore.
Well,
maybe he's missing the UFC paycheck. Maybe
Jake.
Bellator doesn't pay as well as we think.
Jake, what's up, man? Your phone's terrible too. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
Right, when the guys get robbed, it's probably all in all a good thing for them because everybody talks about what bullshit it is and thinks that they're cool guys for getting robbed. And maybe that's better than just a boring old decision. You get a little bump out of that.
I mean, Dirty Bird does not have boring decisions. He just flat out lost that fight. That was really unfair.
Anyway, I did not watch Supercross. I did see the podium thing at the end because it happened to air directly before the... Sorry, I kicked that. Directly before the UFC fight. So Jason Anderson up there.
It was actually...
thriller.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm reading the headline. But
it was actually exciting.
Mm-hmm.
People... It was like a lot of switching around and it was a competitive race all the way to the end. So... and everybody's neck and neck. You can't say... I guess you could, you can't say. Justin Barsha is probably the fastest, but I don't know, man. It's like every now and then Roxon or I don't know. It's just it's fun to watch. I saw there is one thing that if you're not a motocross fan, there was a somebody in the main event that fucked up in the rhythm section and just ejected themselves, and I feel like that would be. If you don't like dirt bikes, you could still appreciate this because he flew like 70 feet in the air and landed on his ass on in the corner. I don't know who it was, but it was in the main event too. It's all over social media. Anyway, where did Chad Reed get?
Chad Reed. Let's see.
Let's not talk about it. Let's move on.
I think you got to scroll back up. You guys were talking about the Uma Thurman thing out in the green room before.
That's weird because that's like your husband.
Mine?
No, she went. No, you're not her husband. That other Quentin Tarantino guy was pretty much married to her.
Right.
They were very serious for a long time.
I think so. So there's two things.
And she was in all his movies.
Harvey Weinstein is floating legal action against her, and he went public with that just hours after she went public in the New York Times Magazine with allegations of sexual assault. She basically had the Weinstein story. Yeah. Going back to the hotel room, emerges in a bathrobe, and then she's like, no, I'm not into it, and then he gets weirdly apologetic. And
see, that's weird, because I thought Quentin Tarantino was sort of... He said that he did not know about this with Harvey, and he was kind of bummed out when it all first broke. You think he would know something if his longtime girlfriend had that happen to him? Happened to her.
In general, like, I don't know...
I call bullshit.
I don't know the specifics of everybody's particulars, so I'm not like accusing anybody in particular of anything, but it is really weird that it's coming out now that there were so many people who got away with so many things and nobody said anything about it, and all along Hollywood really has been like the preachy community telling everybody, well, you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't tolerate this and this is a crime and society needs to change. But some of those motherfuckers had to know about some of the shitty things that were happening in their industry.
They all did.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know, and you don't want to ask because you don't want to know for sure, because then you're going to have to leave your meal ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what everybody is doing. They're all like that fucking what's his name, jerk off guy, comedian guy, Louis C.K. We fucking heard about that 5 years ago, dude.
Oh yeah,
I heard that in the bathroom studio in Sirius. You trying to tell me the comedians that were his friend didn't fucking know? Oh, I mean, I'd heard, but I didn't. Fuck off. You fucking know. You just didn't want to fuck with your meal ticket. Dingo fucking starts. I'm asking it because we're deep like that. The only person I wouldn't ask would be somebody that is like, I don't really want to know that answer because then I would be left to. I mean, I have no choice, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. Do we know anybody?
Who?
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to say a name, but I do know somebody that was accused of something that was inappropriate, and I never, we didn't hang out anymore, so I never said anything to him. And then someone told me that's not exactly the story, that turns out it wasn't as bad as what you think it is. But I still can't, I can't hang out with that guy, but I've never confronted him to say anything. I mean, obviously it's not what is the point, but
yeah.
But if it was, I guess if we were both comedians, or he was on the radio with me,
yeah,
or I was still in skateboarding, that would be different.
I can recall one instance in the past where I knew somebody. I heard a lot of stories about somebody who worked in a company that I worked in, like getting drunk frequently and making physical advances at lots and lots of people.
Okay, I heard of that, and I think it's the same guy. I knew that.
Could be, but I never. It was more of a. It was treated as more of a joke than as
right,
like
because it wasn't a report that he'd actually done something and hurt somebody. It was a report that he did something to someone, and they were like, "It's laughable how stupid this dude is."
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we had to
Right.
save that victim. That victim was like, no. The victim here is that
Yeah,
moron.
it was more embarrassing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but if it had been...
But there's an example of if that happens nowadays, I think people probably view
he could lose his job immediately.
View it through a different lens, and that's like I'm just giving people food for thought, because everybody has decided where they stand on this. They either totally support every actress who comes out, or where was this bitch 25 years ago? So I'm not going to convince anybody of anything. I will say that there's an example of something that I did not see as something that should necessarily threaten somebody's job at the time, that now if it happened, that would be where the conversation would go really, really quickly. So if there is somebody out there who's saying, yeah, I used to tell people the story as a joke, but now that I look back on it, it was pretty fucked up that it happened. I just didn't see it that way at the time.
Right.
I can imagine that. I can put myself in those shoes because that's how I see this situation now. That's
Okay.
all I'll say. Just food for thought.
Okay.
Let's see. What else is going on? Yeah, and the Quentin Tarantino thing with Uma Thurman, for anybody who doesn't know, is she's not accusing him of being sexually weird with her. It's just more that he forced her to drive a car in some scene, and I think Kill Bill, that a stunt driver should have been driving the car, and she didn't want to do it, and she still had to do it, and there is footage of her doing it, and I think she said she has... physical after effects to this day, and just weird stuff more than anything. Like, there's a scene in a movie where I think Michael Madsen's character spits in her face, and she said it was actually Quentin Tarantino who spit in her face off camera. There's a thing where she got choked in the movie, and it was actually Quentin Tarantino choking her off camera. It just sounds weird.
I mean, I'm looking at this fucking video, and she looks hurt.
Yeah.
She suffered neck injuries and knee injuries. As a result, she has since forgiven Quentin Tarantino and placed the blame on the producers of the movie, saying they didn't keep like necessary safety checks, and like
Look.
the seat was loose and things like that.
Yeah, look, I mean, did she crash that car? Is that what that was? She failed the was she supposed to... She fucked up.
Yeah, but
Right, because they were making her do stuff. As far as it looked like she was really going for it in a vehicle.
And they also said that it was supposed to be automatic and then it was stick, and she's like, I'm not comfortable with that. And
she is out of control. She had a fucking full-on car crash.
Yeah.
Okay, as a
and
guy
they said don't worry about it being stick. It's a totally straight ride, and then it wasn't. Yeah.
I've done a few movies, and I know this is a creative thing. It's a creative genius here, and his creative juices are flowing. Trust me, you driving it is the only way this is going to work.
Yeah.
This is, I saw a little bit of the movie Hitchcock, and I was watching apparently what Alfred Hitchcock did to the actors and actresses on his movies. He, because he's a fucking artist.
Yeah.
He put them through some shit.
Yeah.
See, it's not. I mean, this is kind of like one time I took my wife the Can-Am through Hoonigan, gave me a Can-Am vehicle, and we went out to the desert, and she was in the passenger seat, and we went on a crazy ride following everybody, and it was stock suspension, and it bottomed out down a hill, and both of us got hurt. Katie's neck was sore from it, and she was bummed out. You know what I mean? Because she was like, I trust you. Like, I know you're a good enough driver that you won't hurt me. And I fucked up that day. Like, I lost her. You know what I mean? It was a freak thing that happened. I really wasn't going that fast, but shit happens, man. And the car bottomed out, and it hurt her neck. And she's not good when it's car crash time. And let's say we broke up, and then she was like, this one time Jason fucking hurt my neck. It's kind of weird that she brought it up, because I feel like at the time, he didn't want you to get hurt. I'm assuming that Quentin did not want her to get hurt. He's just a moron that's like, this is, it's a movie we're doing. It's risky, but you're my girlfriend. Trust me, it'll work out. And, he's an idiot. It didn't work out.
All kinds of crazy shit happens on movie sets, and most of the time they pull it off even though it wasn't safe, and it ends up being fine. I remember reading this whole article about, there's a movie I like, I don't know if you ever watched I Heart Huckabees, where the filmmaker, who's totally, this is before, he's David O. Russell, he's like the man now and makes like perennial, like an Oscar nominee every year, but this is a little bit before that, and they were saying like he was fucking insane on the set, like he was yelling at people, and I don't know if he's like walking around naked, and they said they'd be rolling and he would just be making words up and yelling them at the actors and like, say this, no, say this. And Lily Tomlin and Dustin Hoffman were in it, and they were like, I don't even know what movie I made. I literally have no idea what the fuck that was. That was the worst piece of shit experience I've ever had. But you know what? Not everybody liked that movie. I really did. So like, he did pull something off. Like, sometimes directors can do the Hitchcock thing, the Tarantino thing, this thing. They can do really fucking weird shit that would not be acceptable in any other working environment and make a good movie.
Yeah, because I was going to say, in acting, it's a total, you guys take your pants off and, pretend to fuck each other.
Yeah, it's not a normal job.
Yeah, you guys make out with each other. Sometimes you make out with the same sex, and you're not gay or lesbian. Like, acting is different.
Yeah.
It's not normal work.
You
guys do weird shit to each other.
And I'll just file this. I've been saying this about everything now. Nobody is going to agree on the meaning of the Uma Thurman thing. Is she a victim, or is she just looking to get attention because nobody cares about her anymore, or she has personal beef against people and she sees the opportunity to settle some grudges with people from years and years? All those things might be true. The more stories like this that come out, the more it will change the way people professionally deal with each other moving forward. And that's the only good thing that can and will come out of it.
I don't think Anne H told me about the Harvey Weinstein thing so that she would get a shout out.
Right.
I mean, even though it actually didn't work, but she did it again on Theo Von's show. I don't think she did it on Theo Von's show because it didn't work the first time on our show.
No, she's saying it because it's
just saying because it happened. And that's the end of it. I think maybe they were like, hey, Uma, you... And they finally got to him. She's like, yeah, fucking same thing happened to me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like it's sort of... Weinstein, Tarantino, and now I'm hearing this story, and I'm like, okay, Weinstein's still what Weinstein is. And I don't know if that'll ever stop blowing my mind that a human did that for that long, and you all knew about it. But the other one is, it's like the Indian guy put his fingers in the girl's mouth and then in the pussy, and she's like, uncomfortable, I'm leaving. If I see him, I'm not angry at him. You know what I mean? If you guys are, that's your fucking own problem. I'm like, okay, so the dude's not smooth, maybe he's rude or inappropriate, like he doesn't know when it's working and when it isn't working, but he's not a rapey guy. Like, I'm not going for that from what I read. So,
and I think, by the way, many people share your opinion of it.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't.
That's true.
They've sort of thrown some of these guys under the bus, like, oh, the Me Too guy, and I'm like, wait a minute, not everybody. Common sense here. The other guy, the good-looking guy that just made that movie, got an award, pretending to be the worst movie in the world guy.
James Franco.
Yeah, I mean, you read what James Franco's in trouble for. I don't hate James Franco for any of that. I'm not saying that he should be put in this thing where it's like, he's hideous to win, watch out for James Franco. I'm like, no. Everybody, leave James Franco alone.
I don't know about the James Franco thing so much, but I feel like the Aziz's part in the story of the Me Too thing is that was the first time that somebody got accused of something that there actually were people, because once somebody gets accused of something terrible, if you go, well, I mean, it was bad, but maybe let's try to have a little perspective, you leave yourself open to, oh, you're defending him.
Right.
And I felt like Aziz was the first one where people could say what he did was shitty, but it's not a crime. Let's not lose our heads over this. And there were at least a substantial minority of people who agreed with that. That's what when you tell the story of this, I think his part in it, I'm sure he wishes he had not been a part of it at all, but his part of it is people go, right, we do need to separate the criminals from the scumbags.
Right. And there's also just everybody's opinions of things in life. Some people find strip clubs very offensive. Some people don't mind that they exist. So, you know, I mean, you could be very offended by Aziz putting his fingers in, and some people could be like, that's not, you know, like me. I'm like, that was a party foul. That didn't work. Whatever you were going for right there, that didn't work, and she wasn't feeling it, and you thought she was, and I don't know. Like, is everybody the smoothest person in the world? Like, he's definitely not a rapist. That's all you know, and I don't like rapey people. So anyway.
You know what I was thinking about? I went to real quick, and we can move on from this. I went to a Mexican restaurant yesterday, and they had like soccer on, because there's always apparently a soccer game happening somewhere in the world. Yeah. And then they had the show that was like This Week in Football, you know, like their like soccer show. Yeah. And it had like what it always has. It has the old kind of fat dude and the young super hot chick that are the host of like every news kind of program. Yeah. And I was just thinking, man, you want some Me Too stories, go talk to the fucking hot chick on TV in Mexico. I have a feeling she fucking laughs at, oh, you had to suck a dick or two to get your job. I think some of those chicks, because that's a different kind of, it seems like that culture, and I don't mean Mexican culture, I just mean the TV culture there, it seems like kind of slimier to me. I bet there's some chicks who are like sucking dicks regularly to keep their jobs there.
I have no idea, Michael. I mean, just
okay.
Because,
we're looking at
because they're wearing really skimpy shit. Is that why you're saying that?
It just was a thought that passed through my head. That
you're just bringing up the one girl that has the crazy ass. Not everybody in Mexico that does the news has that ass, okay? That's the one girl. She's on Instagram everywhere. Her ass is fucking insane, but everybody else...
If you think American entertainment is sleazy, I have a feeling a lot of like Mexican and South American TV might be even worse.
I mean, maybe it's just a style, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff they're wearing that I see at strip clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are... Wow. That girl is naked. She's so hot, though. God damn, it's 24 degrees. I got it. Thank you, lady.
Look, anybody can get the weather off of their phone. You're going to have to give us a little something extra.
Well, in Europe, they just take it all off, Michael, while they're telling you the weather.
If you're going to ask me to watch a weather report on TV, and
this
is certainly one angle.
There's this girl, the weather girl, who has probably the greatest ass in the world. And she goes, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then she turns to the side and goes, and here's the news. Oh, wait, is she a butt model on Instagram? Fuck, I fucking... Right. Not my friend. Not my friend.
She is a butt model to her 5.6 million followers on Instagram.
Yep. Not my friend. Not butt model friends.
Yannette, I hope I'm wrong about all this. I hope my suspicion is completely off base.
Maybe she likes to suck dick, Michael.
That's entirely possible.
You ever thought of that?
Maybe she has never sucked a dick in her entire life because she hates sucking dick, and she's just so goddamn good at the weather, and she's so attractive that people respect that. That's possible. I don't know anything.
Wow, she posted a photo of her ass in the
Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower, yeah, they're both great wonders of the world. I'm gonna do a Joe Perry right now and say that I don't really want to talk about ass. It's not really what I'm here for.
Let's just talk about music after this.
I mean, politics.
You are empty. You are kind of empty. You
Wow. Lee Raven tweeted, when you walk out of cutting edge test and your dilator falls out of your ass. Hashtag anal ready. Wow. You think your job's weird? Anybody had that story?
I mean, what happened? I mean, so it falls on her butt, so she was in what?
I love it. You ain't asking me like I got the answer.
I mean, did you not have pants on at all? I mean, that's the only way that would actually be embarrassing.
I mean, one time I had a butt plug with the tail in it in my ass, and I was running around the house like making
I
Katie
thought you
laugh.
got that for Katie.
That fell out. That's because I was running.
One time I was at school.
Come on, Will, you can do it.
My mom's underwear fell out of my pants leg. Now that's embarrassing. To have some big old granny panties fall out of your pants leg. I just said, ta-da! And looked at that.
How much time I got?
6.5 minutes.
When's Ross back in?
I think probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I'm actually sending mine off to get repaired today.
So are we doing the Reddit thing or the fictional cartoon animal thing?
Whichever you want. I mean, I think the Reddit thing's...
Okay, why don't we just do the Reddit? Yeah, sure. You want to have Kevin or somebody to join for it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jonathan.
If you have ever wanted to go see Paul Simon live, better hurry. He will be embarking on his final tour. A lot of artists embarking on their final tour these days or ceasing touring altogether. It is truly the end of an era.
Yeah. I feel like Paul Simon could give you the same gig now as he gave you when he gave you the gig in the 70s.
Well, that's one of the great things about Paul Simon, if you're Paul Simon, is so many people lock themselves into performing styles and singing registers that nobody's thinking about this shit at the time, that they can't possibly hope to replicate years later. Paul Simon has been performing like a tiny little old man since 1967.
That's right. Exactly.
So easy to be Paul Simon.
Yeah, he's not really known for his onstage energy. is he?
Exactly. He just sits there.
You
Like-
can call me.
Yeah, and he's like old and...
Ah, she still got it!
Yeah, he lets Chevy Chase do all of his heavy lifting.
He's
Just got him flopping around in the video.
His songs are like old. He's just like old guy when he was a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, was he born bald? He's one of those dudes who was like receding hairline at 8 or something.
He does... I think he has always looked a bit hobbity.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like the Danny DeVito of music.
Yeah, it was such a bad idea to hang out with that other dude. It's just like, what the hell are you guys doing, man?
Man, if you think...
I can't take you guys serious, man. Seriously, I don't care what year it is.
You know, Garfunkel will still shit talk their decision to hang out together, because he basically says, yeah, nobody liked Paul Simon, and everybody loved me, so I took pity on him and started hanging out with him, and maybe that was a mistake because I created a monster.
Yeah.
Art Garfunkel is the worst piece of shit in the history of classic rock.
I agree.
I feel like it would be fun to hold Kangaroo Court between the two of them, though.
I would watch him fight for sure. How tall is
Garfunkel's not that big, but Paul Simon is
like 3 foot tall?
Under 3 feet.
Right. You can just tell Garfunkel's a cunt. He just got bitter on his face.
Yeah, and I think he did even before he went solo and found out that nobody was interested in hearing him without Paul. I think he was a dick before people hated him.
Yeah.
I told you, I've said this a million times on air, but the only time I've ever encountered Art Garfunkel, he was blowing off an interview at the old company that I used to work at, because he didn't feel like the interview space they had provided was like conducive to being artistic.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Now you want to hang out with that guy for sure.
And he's like, the guy had to walk him out. The classic rock guy at the company I used to work, they did like prep in all the different genres for radio stations across the country. And he's walking out going, I mean, I'm sure you understand. It's just like that space. It's just not really conducive to talking. And the guy, the rock guy has to go, oh no, I get it entirely. Art. I mean, yeah, the room sucks. Because what's he going to say? Fuck you?
Is he a Brit? I don't really know anything about him.
Oh, man.
No, he's
American.
I think they're from aren't they from New York? I mean, they got popular out of New York. I'm kind of he's from Queens.
Oh wow, it just sounds like a very Brit.
Right?
I'm Lord Art Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Right? Most guys named Art are super cool. Weird. I mean,
Oh, man.
most of the Garfunkel were super. Every other one I've ever met.
Yeah, it is a tough one to bounce
Yeah.
back from, right?
He did
got a lot
have
of cash.
I think he's got
Okay.
money.
He had to, right?
Yeah,
Years active, 1956 to present. Holy shit.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time. He was in movies and shit after.
What?
After there's at least one movie I saw him in with Jack Nicholson, and they play
Acting.
Yeah, and they play these guys who are kind of just like shitty to women throughout their entire lives, and it starts with them in like college and goes to when they're older. So it's him and Jack Nicholson like in their 40s acting like they're 18 years old.
He got to be in a movie with
Carnal-
Jack Nicholson?
Carnal Knowledge. That's a well-regarded movie. He was in the Catch-22 movie.
And he was a co-star in it.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's him and Jack Nicholson.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah, directed by Mike Nichols, the guy who made The Graduate.
Okay, that...
Yeah, look at that cast. There you go. So there's 4 people that are the stars of it. Him and Jack Nicholson are the 2 dudes.
And one of them is Garfunkel.
So he was a bit of a dude. Yeah. Jack Nicholson, Art Garfunkel, Candace Bergen, and Anne Margaret. It was Mike Nichols' follow-up to The Graduate. Yep.
Dang!
Yeah. No, that's Kelsey Grammer.
I was about to go, man, this whole time... yeah.
I know he did play like a prick with a receding clown fro, but that actually was Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he's still alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are
And he's
photos
still
that we're
touring.
Scrolling through where he sometimes looks like that Dr. Steve Brule character.
He looks like Tim Dirty
Check it
Bird.
out.
He looks like
Yeah.
Tim Dirty Bird Means with an afro. Can someone explain to me what you just showed there? Why is there a movie about Tupac and Biggie, and why is the guy saying that he needs cheese on his fries? I'm fucking confused, man. I'm like, this guy is the guy from the Tupac movie, and I'm hanging out. I'm like, okay, new movie. Who killed Tupac and who killed Biggie? And I'm like, ooh, okay, this is not like high level movie, but it's, you never know these days. TV can do some shit, and I'd like to know some juicy shit about. And then all of a sudden it's like, I want, you know what I mean, fucking cheese, nacho cheese on my fries. And I'm like, wait, am I going to Taco Bell? Am I going to find out who killed Biggie? It's the same guy, right?
So this is the guy from I think that show Vegas.
Josh Duhamel,
Yeah.
Mr. Fergie.
So he's filmed like the whole Vegas Taco Bell launch their nacho fries.
And he's the cop that finds out who killed Biggie, right?
He's a popular
Wait, is he... Okay, so is he saying, I want nacho cheese on my fries and I have nothing to do with Biggie and Pac? Or is he saying, yeah, I'm the guy who's trying to find Biggie and Pac, and when I'm not finding Biggie and Pac, I like nacho cheese on my fries from Taco Bell?
I think they are 2 separate projects.
Nothing to do with each other at all. Just so happens he's on fire right now.
Right. And that actually reminds me.
But isn't he in a car chasing somebody and dipping his fries in nacho cheese in the commercial?
I believe he thinks the burger companies are out to get him or not allow Taco Bell to launch the fries.
So he's a fucking detective. Just like he's a detective right now in finding out where the fucking Biggie and Tupac got murdered by the cops. Hence the fucking... Yeah, he's a... Right, so it's stupid. He's in a movie, and he's the cop that's trying to find out who killed Biggie and Pac, and he's like this whole conspiracy, and he's figuring it all out, and he's dipping his fries in nacho cheese from Taco Bell, synergizing.
He's got to make money now that he's gravy trained.
Corporate.
So he's off the gravy train and onto the nacho cheese fries. By the way, I get these. This makes sense to me.
I'm just staring at these fries.
You guys are fucking gross.
Well,
Eat the fuck out of those.
I thought that it was stupid that they made nacho fries, because what's the point of, taking French fries and just making them taste like nachos? But then I see you're supposed to be dipping them in nacho cheese.
Don't do it, people. Don't listen to these two.
And nacho cheese will cover up for a lot of sins.
Oh, that's so bad. What is nacho cheese? What's in nacho cheese? Tell me! What? No, that's not the question.
It's like Mexican plastic.
Right!
Yeah.
What does that do inside your stomach?
I don't know, but I do know that my wife and child are going out of town for a couple of days, so I might be about to find out.
That's fair.
On another note, but similar to this mystery, how many times were you sent the Australia vacation tourism
Not one time. I don't know what you're talking about.
That whole trailer came out a couple weeks ago for the sequel to Crocodile Dundee.
Oh yeah, with the Thor guy.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, both of them, Hemsworth and Danny McBride.
Yeah.
So that was all a stunt that was revealed during the Super Bowl last night. The Vacation or Tourism Board of Australia made that fake movie to try to get Americans to visit there.
Well, duh.
I give him props on that. That's a clever campaign.
There was a
You
lot
didn't
of...
see the sorry, Michael. You didn't see the last Crocodile Dundee, did you? Right.
one
There's
was
no. Yeah, but you can't. No. When you do that, you can't come back. You can't even do Crocodile Dundee in 50 years, because he fucking buried himself. I'll give you a scene. Him and his friend go to Wendy's, and they're ordering food from Wendy, and he's been in America, I don't know, 10 years, and he thinks he's talking to Wendy. Wendy owns the burger store, and Wendy brings the burgers.
Otherwise, why would they call it Wendy's?
Right. That I can't. Sorry, that's what happened. So, and he looked jacked.
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking is old. Man, he was a leathery old man when I was a baby. Like he had a TV show when I was 12, and he looked like he had a receding hairline in it.
Yeah, Crocodile Dundee doesn't age; he just tans.
Yeah, I think he looked better in this section. I don't even think it's him. I think they did a body double because his arms are gigantic. They're big old veiny jack things. They're like anaconda things.
That was kind of a mini trend.
Oh god, it really is him. He's
Oh, it's definitely him.
Oh man,
Of the commercials that, oh wait, this is a commercial. There were at least like 3 of those where they tried to do the switcheroo. You know, like this blah blah blah. Oh no, this is actually a tie. There was that one, and there was the Crocodile Dundee Australia tourism one. I believe there was a third as well. It's just everybody had
They
that
really
idea.
committed to this. They've been going off of like the Dundee thing for a little bit.
Well, as far as I can tell, the only thing that it was ever cool about Australia, if you come to America, is Crocodile Dundee. I mean, the only props I ever get for being Australian is, do I know Crocodile Dundee?
No AC/DC?
I mean, I'll get a prop for that from metal fans, but
No,
your
young
average
Frankenstein
person, oh, you better watch your
You mean
fucking
y-
mouth,
you
alright?
mean-
I'll fucking, you know what I mean?
You mean
don't
young-
make
you
the
mean-
world hate me again.
You mean Young Einstein?
Oh, is that what it was?
I knew what he was saying, and I don't even know the correct fucking
Yeah,
pronunciation.
serious?
Fuck him, motherfucker, ruined my life.
I know all those
See, that
words,
guy
but
almost-
sentence makes no sense.
That guy almost ruined us. If it wasn't for people like Paul Hogan and the Crocodile Hunter, we might have been fucked with young Einstein. That was such a bummer.
I saw it in the theaters when I was a little kid.
Well,
They got me.
yeah, little kid though. You know.
I watched it like 3 years ago.
If it's your Michael Tully,
That's my
still holds
problem.
Yeah, it's...
Not that great actually.
You don't say.
Yeah, he's like the Australian Pauly Shore.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh wow, spot on.
Except that Pauly Shore got like 4 movies.
I was gonna say in America, yeah, the guy gets 4 movies and owns a comedy store. In Australia, he's on heroin.
Yeah.
He's
Pauly Shore
probably dead.
They just had a big 50th birthday party for Pauly at the Comedy Store
Right.
late last week.
Hey, he's a legend.
I like Pauly Shore.
I ran into him backstage at the store. It was awkward because I just walked up the wrong flight of stairs.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm not supposed to be where I am right now. And I walked back down the stairs, and he was just standing there. And I'm like, I don't
I'm
know.
doing my office, buddy.
Yeah, he actually talks even more like that. Like, he actually tones that down for when he performs. He's like, it's the Wheeze! And it's like, really, dude? You're 50. It was strange. So, Valentine's Day is coming up. I like to throw that out there because I'm the kind of guy
Is that
who
next weekend?
forgets. Yeah, see, I'm the kind of guy who forgets about Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I already got my Valentine's Day present like a week early because she couldn't help it and she gave it to me, and it's probably the coolest present that like you could actually get me. So I'm fucked.
Uh-oh. Well, at least she gave you a head start.
Yeah, but I can't beat it. You know.
I
I buy her a car, and I'm like, things aren't going that well.
Yeah, I made brunch reservations. That's what you get from me. I already arranged for somebody to take our child off our hands, unbeknownst. And then
what
we'll
day
go
is
out
it
to-
exactly?
I don't know. I'm going to brunch on Sunday, but it's like next Thursday or something. What is it, the 14th?
Yeah.
Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm terrible.
Week from Wednesday.
I never,
I
ever,
have the kids.
ever had a girlfriend on Valentine's Day. this is definitely like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like I never had a Valentine until I was like 30.
Yeah, me too.
And by then I was like, I don't know, what do we do? Don't go out to dinner. It's fucking amateur night. It's the New Year's Eve of romance. You go out to your favorite restaurant, everything will be twice as expensive as it usually is, and a bunch of jerk-offs are there eating fucking heart-shaped
You just said you made a dinner reservation.
I made a brunch reservation for the Sunday before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She casually mentioned there was some place she always wanted to go to. So I'm at least that good. I write those things down in the minute, and then later on when the holiday comes up, I'm like, oh, there's that place she said she wanted to go to. I'll surprise her and take her there. She probably thinks I forgot. I don't think. I just make notes. You can't go too wrong that way,
Yeah.
I just get you the thing that you forgot you told me you wanted.
That's going to be difficult. I didn't remember yesterday. It's not going to get any better. I mean, I tried to knock myself out with a bowl this morning.
Well, she knows who she's
A cereal bowl or a weed pipe?
Nah. I put that away. I fucking retired that thing. The ball.
Cereal?
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Got me? Okay,
Yes.
What am I talking about?
A big salad bowl.
Bia.
Ball. That's right.
What kind?
Medicine ball.
Oh, yeah, that'll get the job done.
Yeah, but it's like a medicine ball that has air in it. A lot of air.
Surprisingly, not much medicine.
Yeah, it gave me the medicine. Right on the honker. Anyway.
So Valentine's is coming up.
This Wednesday.
No, next Wednesday. It's the 14th, right? It's 9 days.
Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Everybody has plenty of time to make some plans.
You're welcome, everybody, for the heads up.
The reason why I bring it up is because I came across a page on Reddit that is called Unethical Life Pro Tips. For a long time, people have been posting like life hacks, simple things you can do that can make your life a whole lot easier. These are things that can make your life easier that just happen to be incredibly unethical if you're willing to roll like that. And the one that I saw regarded Valentine's Day. It said that if you want to find out if your significant other is cheating on you, probably a woman, assuming this is a guy who's reading this, send her anonymous flowers at work and then see if she brings them up.
That's devious.
See, I wonder if that works or not, because I feel like, let's just say that my wife is cheating on me and I send her flowers anonymously. Doesn't she text the guy that she's cheating on me with and go, hey, did you send me these? And then he goes, nah. And then she comes home, she's like, I don't know how I got flowers somehow.
Man, I'm just bummed that I have to do that. Like, why am I doing that? Because I think that you only do that because you think there's a chance that could be happening. And if you have to think that there's a chance, then what a bummer of a situation you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I'm not doing that because I know for a fact if I send it to her, she'd be like, you sent me flowers. Or somebody sent me flowers. It's just not going to be like, oh, this whole time Katie's secretly being sick. I'm like, come on, man. If I have to live in that frame of mind, forget about it.
Yeah, you'd have to put the card in the flowers, be like, oh, so great fucking you behind your husband's back.
that might rat yourself out.
And then include lots of intimate details that only you or the stranger that she's fucking would know. A lot of guys would have been turned off by those skin tags on your vag. Not me. I can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, Valentine's is weird. I think that there are people, I've been in relationships that were not doing that great around when Valentine's comes up, and it is weird because you're supposed to be like, it's okay if you just met the person, then it's fun. Yeah. But if you've been dating the person for, 8 months or something, you're kind of supposed to either be in love or you're supposed to break up, or else Valentine's is very, very awkward. And it does cost money. So I think people do legitimately break up before Valentine's so that they don't have to do Valentine's with somebody that they know they're going to break up with soon anyway.
Makes sense.
Man, why go out with anybody if you think you're going to break up with them?
Well, it's just when you kind of know that is coming, I think that compels some people to finally take out the trash, so to speak. Here are some other unethical life pro tips. You decide if you think this would actually work. If you want to get out of work, smoke weed and then put eye drops in one eye to make it seem like you have pink eye.
I was never a big eye drop guy. Even when, I was smoking weed as a teenager and trying to hide it from my mom, I never put eye drops in. Do they really make that big of a difference?
That's the
Can't you
thing.
just put shit in your eye?
That is another unethical life pro tip that I was going to get to.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Fart in a napkin and then just rub it right on your eye.
See, I feel like farting in a napkin is still a chance it might not get there. Shit on your finger in your eye. Not going to work.
Yeah, that's commitment.
Oh, how much do you not want to go to work? Let's be serious here.
I feel like if you're a stoned guy,
I'm smoking weed and putting eye drops in. Like, fuck off.
yeah, I think
Gotta
if you're a super stoned guy who put Visine in one eye, you'd probably still read as stoned guy, right? More than
Oh, wait a
pink eye
minute.
guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, especially if you ask, I don't know. I guess if you were like Andrew, because Andrew's not a weed smoker, and he came in with, and he got high and did the eye drop thing, and he had one red eye, I'd believe him.
But he's going to be acting off.
Yeah, you'd be like, I have
Yeah,
pink eye and I'm very tired
But he's
and
gonna,
stupid.
but having pink eye, first of all, if he has pink eye, don't come in here and tell me you've got pink eye. Fucking call me. Which means it's kind of easy to not work here if you don't want to. I just realised. So I mean, it's kind of an argument when anybody gets sick here to please don't come in. Is usually the case, and everybody's saying, I'm coming in. And it's like, no!
Right.
No, you're not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's usually, like, depending on how sick you are. Like, Tully, he's like, I'm pretty good. Doctor said 24 hours. I'm like, let's give it 48.
Yeah, just take an extra day.
Fuck
right.
it.
No,
Because you had a goddamn oxygen mask on the weekend.
Yeah.
Give it 48.
Mm-hmm.
Photo scared the fuck out of me. I was like, whoa, oxygen mask.
It wasn't an oxygen mask. I don't know what it was
What was it
exactly.
then?
They put... Everybody else knows the name of it except for me. They
Wait, it's giving you oxygen.
No, they put the mask
It's
on.
like a humidifier mask, kind of.
They put some shit in the bottom of it that like turns to vapor.
Oh.
And you just breathe only that
Oh.
until the shit runs out.
Cool. And
No,
it like
so-
clears your head or like clears your shit up a bit.
What
Ooh,
it
looks like
was,
a smoking device.
there is smoke coming out of the side of it. Is or vapor. They were trying to figure out if I had pneumonia or not, and one of the way they gave me a chest X-ray, and then they also said they tested my breathing, and then they gave me that, and they said this: if you don't have pneumonia, this will make your breathing test better when you're done with it.
Wow.
And then it did. I guess I did do better because I didn't have pneumonia. I just had the flu. No, that was not an oxygen mask. I'm still not really clear what the fuck that was, but
either way, it looked cool.
Yeah,
does
no.
look cool.
People
Wish I
were
had one right now.
posting in my comments, "Oh, you got the blah blah blah." I don't retain things anymore. Here's more unethical life pro tips. If someone you hate is going on vacation, this would absolutely work. You can call ahead and cancel their hotel reservations. Most hotels only ask for a name when changing reservations.
So then what?
Well, if the hotel's not booked up, then they can just check right back.
What about if
in.
they stay in your room because there's no... Like, you really fucked yourself.
But this isn't that you're traveling with them.
Oh.
This is like Kevin's going on vacation and I just find out where he's going to stay.
Oh, man.
And I just call and cancel his hotel.
I mean, come on, man. What's going on here?
Maybe it's not your friend.
Right.
Yeah, that's got to be compelled by some serious anger.
855 Ellis 41 if anybody wants to call the show. I'll talk to you.
This one would work if you want to sit by yourself without someone sitting next to you on a bus or train. You could do that, or you could simply spill some food or drink on the seat next to you.
I mean, is it really that bad to have someone sit next to you?
When I took the public transportation a lot in New York, it would be annoying if you're because sometimes people ignore the buffer, like it's not very crowded. And they'll just take the seat right fucking next to you. And there's all these open seats. Like, come on. Like, yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world to have to sit next to a stranger, but don't people like having personal space a little bit?
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of like in a restaurant when they, like, try to put you in... There's, like, nobody in the restaurant, and they try to put you at the table next to the only other people in the restaurant. I'm like, really? Can I just go a little bit over there? I don't want to hear their conversation. I'm sure they don't want to hear mine.
It's just really, really... selfish because when you get up and get off the bus or the train, that seat is going to continue to be ruined until somebody cleans it, which is probably not happening anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, that too.
No, it's just incredibly selfish. But it was
What about shit in your finger and rub it in your eye?
I mean, sometimes like fate just handles that for you, and there is poop on the seat of the subway. You just have to, decide whether you want to sit next to a turd or a human.
You don't sit next... I don't sit next to turds.
Oh, what's the difference? If you don't want to pay for your food or drinks at a restaurant, set it up so a friend comes inside and either punches you or takes your phone and runs away. Nobody will stop you from trying to avenge having been wronged.
Okay, this is the worst people segment ever.
Yeah. Many of these things are for people who are like really broke. Really,
Yeah, but
really.
you- I mean-
like if you mom and pop restaurants might be more inclined to leave out like a bunch of backup rolls of toilet paper in the bathroom. So bring a backpack and steal all their toilet paper so you don't have to buy it. It's a
I've
lot of
been-
broke kid stuff.
I know, but I mean, dine and ditch versus going to like a cheap Spanish supermarket and buying a bunch of food that way, because you can figure that out. Like, I mean, if you don't have any, I don't know.
Also,
the
if you're-
advice of like someone fake steal my phone so I can get free meals.
Yeah, if you're that broke that you're gonna like go out to a restaurant and just dine and ditch with some elaborate plan, you also have to have a friend who's willing to sacrifice their time to help you get a free meal.
Yeah, and if you're so poor, how'd you get that phone? I guess you could just
Also
have you could have a phone that doesn't have to be on if you're going to do this game.
That's true.
855 Ellis 41. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the show.
Hey, yeah, I'm a long-time listener. Tully was talking about the guys canceling reservations, and I actually did that to a complete stranger. Somehow attached my email address to their Hilton Honors account, and I got a notification that they had a weekend in Vegas, and then another one that they were in Atlantic City, and was able to cancel the reservation in Atlantic City. And somehow, I don't remember, it's been a while, the email said something about it being for a wedding. So I'm hoping that really ruined somebody's weekend, and it was a holiday weekend like Labor Day or something.
What? Why?
Oh, they used my number.
Yeah. They used your email address.
Oh, okay.
No, I know. I do the same thing.
Okay.
I get so much
Thanks,
shit for
dude.
other people. I got kicked out of a bocce league
I don't
on
know.
behalf of some other guy.
I don't know. What's bocce?
It's this Italian game, you know, where you throw the big balls and try to get it closest to the little ball.
Yeah. Wait, the old people play that shit, right?
Yeah, well, this old guy doesn't play it anymore because I got him kicked out of his league.
Why did you do that?
Because they would send me weekly updates on here's what happened and hey, just a recap for here's what happened last night, and I would just write back really inflammatory political stuff, and they were like, we need to have a conversation with you with our lawyer and stuff, and I just kept going and going and going. I'm like, doesn't somebody talk to the real dude and go, what the fuck is up with these emails? I still don't know how. I'd love to if there was a social media that lent itself to putting a thread of like 15 emails up. It's pretty hilarious. In the end, we all had a good laugh about it several months later.
Dave, welcome to the show. Dave, welcome to the show. Dave! Yeah, Dave!
David!
Dave! Dave!
You can do it.
Dave!
I believe in you.
Dave! David! Fucking asshole.
We trusted you, Dave.
Yeah, you let us down. Matt. Yeah, that's what's up.
Unethical life, kind of like the subway thing. If you are at the movies and you don't want somebody to sit in front of you, spill something on that seat, waterworks, they won't sit there.
Right, thank you. Can't we just sit with each other? I mean, is it really that bad? You know, if someone sits next to me in the movie theater, on the plane, or in the train, I mean, if you fart on me, or you're like, I don't know, screaming or something, okay. But if you just sit there, you know what made me realize? I think I heard, I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that, like, there's different countries have different customs. And I always used to hate it when I'd be in a line for a plane or in customs thing and the person next to me puts their fucking stomach on my back. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'll move forward, and then they move forward again. I'm like, man, why are you pressing your shit on me? And then I heard that in some countries, that's just their culture. Like, when you line up, you're fucking stacked. That's the way it is.
Nuts
They're
and
not.
butts.
They're not doing it. They're not doing it to piss you off. That's how they do it. Matter of fact, go to their country and line up and try to have a space, and they'll be uncomfortable. So when I realized that, then I just felt like everybody's got their thing, man, and I feel like such a misfit that I'm like, of course your thing isn't my thing. So of course, whatever you're doing or whatever I'm doing is the most opposite annoying thing. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised I don't piss off everybody I fucking bump into. Garrett!
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, Garrett.
Hey, Tully.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. People love saying that. I've got like...
Yeah, just be careful. You gotta take it again. It'll stain your teeth. But
Hell yeah, you look like an Englishman.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, my Twitter's blowing up with nebulizer. People love saying that word.
Julian. No, it sounds like a ray gun.
I have been nebulized.
Julian. Hey, man.
I'm actually a pulmonary nurse up in University, Colorado. I don't know if I don't say something as nebulizer, but
Telling you, man.
like family, you're doing a lot better, Tully.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I've been fully nebulized, and I won't do it again.
If there's anybody on the phone to nebulize me,
pretty much exhausting that subject.
Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
Hang up. Hello, Scott. Hey, man. All right.
We used to call this the 1,000-year food war in college. You go to like Shoney's and these little shitty buffet kind of places. They pay for the meal to fill out the comment card and just be very specific, get the waitress name, so on and so forth, about how awful the experience was. You really don't ever want to come back. It takes about 6 weeks, but you do it about 2 or 3 days a week. Then all the free complimentary meals are rolling in. Just change your name, same address. Meet for free for years.
Thank you.
It's true. This is how some people roll. Let's see, what else? If you don't have any money for your kid's birthday party, report a gas leak and wait for the fire department to come check it out.
Man, couldn't you just, like, make something out of wood?
Here's a good one.
Like carve a toy or something? I don't know.
If you want to get a free full-body health screening, participate to donate a kidney, then back out at the last minute during the psych evaluation.
Ooh!
Oh.
What
There's
about
another one where smearing your own shit on your face would get you out of it?
Hell yeah! What
That
about
gets you out of almost anything,
what
really.
about cum? How much is my cum? Will.
How much is it worth?
Because that's really that was the only question I wanted. No, if you cum and stuff, how much money you get paid to jizz and blood?
I don't think it's a lot for donating sperm and blood. The big one is, eggs, if you're a lady.
Oh, I was gonna say,
My ex, every time she went to the doctor, they tried to get her to sell her eggs.
I might be able to scrape one out of my butt.
Asian eggs are in high demand.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I guess I would have an Asian egg. I don't really think it's a good idea for me to. I don't think Asian or any Jean is gonna stop this hideous blood.
You can earn as much as $1,000 per month as a sperm donor.
Whoa! How many loads is that a month?
Why is it called the Cry Bank?
Yeah, that doesn't make me want to go. Oh, okay, frozen. Yeah. Well, I don't have any cum anymore anyway.
Give me $5.
Cut my nuts off. What about if I just come on the doctor's hands? How much will he pay me? Kevin, welcome to the show. Maybe not. Chris, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Jason?
Hey, man. Wait, you had your fourth baby and you shit your pants?
Well, my wife had her fourth baby, but yeah, then I shit my pants.
Why'd you shit your pants?
Ate some bad foe.
Oh, same day as the baby was born. Wow, man.
How did you have time to go to a Vietnamese restaurant when your wife was in labor?
Well, she wasn't in labor, she had a C-section, and they had a Vietnamese section in the cafeteria.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
that's how they get
You
you.
ate hospital Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know what I was expecting, really, but...
Well, I mean, hospital Vietnamese kind of really tells you what you should be expecting. You know? I mean, just hospital Vietnamese food.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
might as well just dump that pho out down your pants.
fuck. Yeah, congratulations on your kid, dude.
Thanks, man.
Shit. Sounds so sketchy. Hey, Keller, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, I actually shit my pants today, too.
Oh, did you have a baby as well?
Small world.
No, I listened to you guys' channel for a long time, and you might change channels and different topics. We just connected a couple days ago, so I'm glad I found it. I'm really looking to do it every day.
Yay, we're back.
We're huge in the pants shitting community.
I'm feeling like an underachiever. I haven't shit my pants once today.
There's still time.
Don't give up. You can come over to my house, Aunt Hayes will get it out of you. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Good, man.
No pants shitting in the shows here, but I have a tip on how to get a room in Vegas since it's sold out. The entire city's sold out.
Okay.
Go on the Chamber of Commerce website. Let's find a big conference with 30 or 40 people.
So what, you just show up and you say you're a dentist and they give you a free room? I don't get it.
No, you get a discount. I not only got a room, I got a discount room. I said I was with the social worker conference because there was one there. So I got 20% off on the room because they have them blocked off.
Oh, I get you. Oh, you still had to pay for it. I see. And you get the discount. Oh, yeah, that'll work.
This is illegal. This is an illegal show, Andrew. Am I going to go to jail for no? You know what I mean? Like David Arquette. Like, am I going in right now?
We're not
But
telling
it wasn't
people
even.
to do it.
No. But the bad part is the whole fire department thing because
Yeah, that ain't cool.
somebody burns to death because your kid is having a birthday party. That's nuts.
No, that's a terrible idea because they're going to realize you faked the gas leak. But this one works. People.
That one actually works and it doesn't really hurt.
No. Let me read this one. If you get a dent or a mark on your rear bumper, you can get it repaired for free by repeatedly slamming on your brakes when someone is behind you, thereby creating the inevitable fender bender.
Yeah, Andrew dropped like fucking 10% in credibility when he said, "Oh yeah, I totally understand. I used to do that all the time."
I thought about doing that this weekend.
Dude.
My car, man, was pulling into Target, and a guy pulled over for a stop sign. I was like, man, if I had just moved up a little bit, and like say my front bumper was scratched, and he had just blown through a stop sign and run into me, I can get that repaired for free.
But is it
The
already
problem
broken?
on the radio, ladies and gentlemen.
No, but if I like my old car had
Yeah.
scratches on like the back panel, and so I would always be like, I wonder if I parked it like 9 inches out, like sticking out from the curb, and it got sideswiped, if I could get away with the driver of the car being like, yeah, that's my bad, I swerved into the parking lane.
Man, that math doesn't check out to my brain
No.
for some reason.
Some guy should go on like the dark web Craigslist or something and just have some really shitty old station wagon that like he will come and hit your car.
It's a sweet gig.
Yeah.
Available
Of course
for
it's
fraud. Hit me up.
Insurance fraud. That barely even counts.
Kevin, welcome to the show. Hey, man.
Dude, I gotta say, that conversation I was having home, with Tully talking about, getting some people throw it out with the bocce ball league and whatnot.
Yeah.
You'll laugh at this. I got this whole group of old women out of Australia, from Perth to Sydney to Melbourne,
Hmm.
and they use my email address. And I'm always getting invited to birthday parties and shit like that. And I'm not like picking up. I just tell them, like, hey, I'm this random dude from Texas. And every year now, from here on out, like I get birthday cards, I get Christmas cards, like everything. You don't necessarily have to be a dick about it.
No, you don't have to be.
All right, well, yeah.
I just somehow always choose to be. Some lady was writing to me about how I wasn't paying child support. I get all kinds of weird stuff.
What?
And I was just like, yeah.
Wait, and you baited her?
Oh, I totally went along with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. As a guy that has to pay child support, I ain't fucking with that.
She was telling me I was never going to see my kid again or something. I don't even take that.
What? Oh. You're
I
fucking
get-
with unstable people
I
on the
get
internet.
On the other, yeah, different countries, different continents. So.
Travis, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Love the show, guys. I've seen you guys for years. Two questions for you. First, whatever happened to that girl who asked for your help in Vegas so that she couldn't drink?
Did
Is Hot Dog
Chantanay?
gonna-
No, Chantanay was gonna hang out because Hot Dog was useless.
Okay, so she did get someone in there.
It doesn't sound like it. She didn't hit me up. Why? I know, right? Would have been cool if it happened, but I don't. Yeah, all I know is I gave that number to Chantanay. I thought she was the only person that was trustworthy and in Vegas and gonna be sober and coherent, unlike Hot Dog. Okay, thanks, dude. Okay, a couple more calls. Mark, welcome to the show.
Fellas, love the show.
Thanks, bud.
I rented a house with my girlfriend, and the landlord was a very terrible person. So once we moved out, the house had a large front deck and a large back deck with really nice patio furniture and a full setup on it. We would put ads on Craigslist saying, "Hey, my grandpa is retiring or going to a home. We're giving this stuff away," and random people would just pick up the chairs and the table and anything else that was on there and take them.
Okay, I don't know how this turned into like the asshole show, but
How about this one? If
Come
you
on.
want money,
Go to work.
You and a female friend, assuming you're a guy, pretend that you have gotten engaged and set up a wedding registry,
Oh.
and then make a big deal out of your fiance cheating on you and leaving you, and then only give the money back to the people who specifically ask for it back.
Somebody's actually done that.
Oh,
to
for
have that
sure.
much info.
And then you split the money with your friend, who was posing as your fiance.
But what about all your friends that?
Well, this assumes that you don't care about your friends.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these are unethical life pro tips.
That one seems like a lot of effort.
I agree. How about this
Yeah.
one? Before you go see a potential new home, graffiti the driveway, and then argue that the house is in a bad neighborhood so you can haggle on the price.
I mean, as long as you don't get caught, that's awesome.
I got a tip. You can go find old people in a parking lot, knock them over the head, and take their money if you need some money.
I don't really feel like you're playing in the spirit of the game.
No, I think he's got a good point because they're a little bit harder for them to catch you, right, Will? Is that the point? I see your angle there. Right. Sucked if you hit an old person over the head and they were like still fast. You know what I mean? Like you robbed them and they just like outran your ass. Because Will, how far are you running really? If someone puts on, no, they don't beat you up. They just stay. You can't shake them. Like you're crisscrossing all over the place and they're just there 911 and following you everywhere you go and you're like, fuck. I cannot shake this old man. He just will not stop running after me. You're fucking balking him. Yeah.
Speaking of old people, they can be their deaths can be exploited for useful ends.
I'm
Like,
listening.
You can tell your children God killed grandma because she wouldn't eat her broccoli.
Man. Some sick fucks out there. Swamp Scotty!
Really?
Yeah. Hey, Swamp Scotty! How are you, man? I'm pretty casual. Things are good, though. You're healthy? Well, I mean, you're old, so, you know. Dang. What'd you do in jail? What'd you do to get in there? Knock the windows? Ah, right. You went a little wild there.
Took it out on the windows.
Right, but then you got it all back together and now you're ready to start fucking some single bitches. Am I right, Swamp Scotty?
Oh man.
Good to see we're all synergized here working together. Is you got anybody you want, like any girl you want girls to hit you up on anywhere? Like, is you single, ready to go, or you got that? All right.
Who does?
Yeah, right. You don't even need that shit. They just come at you.
Whoa.
Damn,
Yes.
Swamp Scotty. I gotta go. Let me put you on hold.
You and Charlie Sheen.
I'll send you a Red Dragon t-shirt, alright, Swamp? Later, mate. Swamp Scotty's still alive. Loving it. Bouncing back. You
Our old
can
friend.
you never know. It's never over. You can bounce back.
Well, it's never over, except for the fact that the show's over.
Oh yeah, don't die.